Absolute Radio. He was an American comedian, and we were charmed by the fact he was an American comedian, and it was.
Local radio, I was given a gardening show that no one wanted.
Oh.
It'd been going for years, and they'd had the same old guys coming in every week.
Yep.
And they thought they ran the place.
Yep.
And one of them came in, used to try and boss.
He sat there. He was not. I can't remember his name, but he was billed as the voiceover guy, and basically he could do an impression of the guy that did "Coming to a Movie Near You Soon." He did an impression of that guy, and that was his act. But he spent the whole time just on his mobile phone. Even when he was talking to me, he was looking down at his mobile phone and not tweeting, because tweeting, but texting and doing his emails and all of that. And he was doing that. And I just sat there. I thought, you absolute backside.
Yeah.
You backside. So hats.
Hey, you know that
all of the hats.
That hat we saw. I really fancied this hat in Brighton, and we just walked past the hat
fancy
shop.
your hat.
No, I really did. I really fell in love with it to the point where I haven't told you this.
Yes.
I emailed them the day after to say, how much is that hat? I really like it.
Oh, which hat was it?
It was
Rich for me.
Hey, baby! Ooh. Did you notice when we were in Brighton, they were playing... What is that song? Hey, baby... What song is
baby. that? DJ, what's his
DJ
name?
Otzi. It felt like they were playing that for the whole 2.5 hours we were on stage. It was certainly on when we were setting up.
Yeah.
It was certainly on when we started,
Yeah.
and it was definitely on during the interval, and it was on when we finished.
Well, you know why? We were opposite the Beer Fest.
Oh.
DJ Otzi, of course.
Oh, is that where that was from? I thought
Yeah,
it wasn't. I wasn't in the. Anyway, guys, listen. We've got live shows coming up. We're back in Brighton, March the 10th, 2018. Tickets on sale now. It's sold out fast. We're in Belfast, the 28th of January. Those tickets aren't on sale yet, guys. So I'm afraid you're just going to have to cool your heels there, Belfastians. We're looking for a gig on the 27th in Dublin, if you can. We're going to do Ireland in a weekend. This Sunday, we're doing a 2:00 show in Hull. We've sold 25 tickets. Can we make it 30? It's a venue that holds 150. It doesn't matter.
Listen, all the more... I mean, legroom is good, right?
Oh, tell me about it. And then we're in Wolverhampton on the 4th. If you want to know, go to iainlee.com, and all the gigs that we've got you can buy tickets for are up there, and you can have a little look. iainlee.com. Here's the thing, right? I used to live in London, and I say this now, the biggest mistake I ever made was moving out of London. Biggest mistake I ever made. Worst thing I ever did was moving out of London. So I went back to my old manor today to see my mate Mackenzie Cook.
Your old what, sorry?
My old manor.
Okay.
To see my mate Mackenzie Cook. And we live sort of in Muswell. I used to live in Muswell Hill. He lives near there, and he said, let's meet in Crouch End, because a friend's documentary is being shown in Crouch End. Right, the Crouch End's a tiny place. Conk Studios are there. It's where the Kink Studios are. And I went, what do you mean your friend's film is being showed in Crouch End? There's not a cinema there. It's tiny. He said, oh, no. There's a cinema there now, right? It's like, really, a cinema? I thought it may be, because there's a couple of comedy pubs there, the King's Head and so. I thought maybe it was, they put up a projector in the King's Head or something. So I got there, and, by the way, you can call in 0344 499 1000. I see the phones are going mental in a minute, but we will, it's a hat special, hats off to hats. So I got there, and it wasn't the King, there was actually a cinema in Crouch End. As you look at the Quick Fit, it's to the right. I was like, blimey, I've only been gone 6 years. Oh, blimey. So I went in the cinema and I had a cup of coffee and I was waiting for Mackenzie to come along. And he came along. I was there early. He came along a bit later. And he came in and he said, I think this is the wrong place. I said, mate, this is the cinema in Crouch End. This is it. He said, yeah. Can we just go out and walk? So we went out, right? Bearing in mind this is to the right of Quick Fit in Crouch End, right? We went out. We walked past Quick Fit, and do you know what's to the left of Quick Fit in Crouch End? I'm going to tell you. It's another cinema. There are two. When I lived there were no cinemas. Today, there are 2 cinemas in Crouch End, which is a tiny little hamlet in North London where all the yummy mummies go. I couldn't believe it. It was a glut of cinemas. What the hell was Alan, what the hell was going on with the cinemas?
And Q.
Ian.
Yes, Alan, when we say your name, that's when it's your cue
Sorry,
to start talking.
on Monday.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to see Peaky Blinders.
Oh.
Bring me to Hats.
You're right, Ian.
The Peaky Blinder cap is one of the best caps ever.
It's a flat cap, isn't it? Like a Baker Boy cap.
Yeah, because it was a start from the 1920s.
He's not listening to us.
You were talking about Hats, Ian.
He's not listening to us,
I
Cat.
watched it on Periscope.
Can you see him humping the desk?
No, I'm outside. I'm having a Mayfair.
He's a jazz mag.
Mayfairs are the most disgusting fags.
No, I thought Winter Blue were the worst ones. Calm down, Ian. Calm down. Think of your blood pressure.
The sort of noise I made when I was giving birth. You all right?
Just squeeze it out.
Oh, I want to kill
Get the gas in there.
I want to kill him.
Get the gas in there.
I'm alright. I'm alright.
It's too late for that.
I'm alright.
The C-section.
So it's cesarean.
Oh, yes. Jesus. Oh, God,
you?
that explains everything. Oh, they say that if you are not born vaginally, that your head is a different shape, isn't it? Because this is true. Because as you pass through the vaginal canal, a canal of vaginas.
birth canal.
Careful where you stick that punt. As you go through the vaginal canal, it squeezes your head together because here's the thing, Alan. Babies, right, when they're born, you can touch their brains. This is true. If you touch their head, you can touch their brains because the skull hasn't closed over. Am I remembering this correctly, Kath? Yeah, the skull hasn't closed over, so the brain is exposed under the skin, obvs. But you can.
The brain's exposed.
Well, no, but it's if
there a crack?
If you were to push hard on their head,
don't,
it would go through into their brain, and it will go like that.
Don't.
As they pass through there, it pushes the face and the skull together, and that starts the process of making people look normal. So it could be argued, Alan, that people who are born via C-section, caesarean section, have got big fat moon faces. Now, Alan, can you describe, please, the shape of your head and skull?
Well, my head is round at the top.
Yes.
Pointy at the bottom.
Oh, there we go. That's a big fat moon face. It's true, though. I've remembered that correctly, haven't I?
I think it does make a difference.
It's cool. I'm in a... Well, Billy Bragg tonight. We've got Billy Bragg tonight. I met Billy Bragg today. Beautiful interview. Beautiful man. I followed him up the stairs. Here's the thing. I followed him up the stairs in a pub. My eyes were ass level.
And?
He climbed those stairs like an old man. Oh. He's lovely, though. He's so lovely. He's written this brilliant book about the birth of skiffle, and I've tweeted the link, and I'll tweet the link again, because honestly, it is... I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. I thought it was going to be quite a dry read, okay? But, man alive, it's fun Saturday, ready to play. Okay. Yeah. It's this kids' TV show. Roll fun Saturday, ready to play. Okay.
1 year's roadside assist and 1 year's warranty. The big spot sale from Network Q at your local Vauxhall retailer between the 20th and 30th of October. Down the floor. Offers available on selected models at participating retailers.
Where do you charge an electric car?
How quickly can I do it?
How far can you go on one
Yep.
charge? How much can I save? Can I charge it at home? I need a house with a drive. Can you get an electric shock off? Can you plug it on my mobile phone? Will the car's battery run out? Can they go in car wash?
Look, I'm really excited. This album is going to be Forget Manford, Knowles, Dubeck. Real name? Yeah. That's his real name. That's nuts, isn't it? No, I don't include Richie in that. Richie I consider a peer.
Alright, so Manford.
Zander. Armstrong. I am Alexander Armstrong. I'm singing opera. All that is shouting, singing.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Give it to me, CJ.
Hello.
Yes.
I live in a town called Stockport, and it used to be
Stockport?
the hatting capital of the world.
The hatting capital.
False information.
Oh.
That is Luton.
Is it Luton?
Wow. Hang on. We're having a face-off over crappy towns.
Crap hat towns.
Crap hat towns. Hang on a second. Where did you get your informazioni from, CJ?
We have a hat museum in the centre of...
Oh, there's a hat museum. Catherine, where did you get your informazioni?
We have a football team known as the Hatters.
Ooh.
Because we make hats.
No. But making
Still
hats...
make hats there.
No. But what?
Motors.
There's a charcuterie. But making hats doesn't make you the hat capital of the world. And I know for a fact there is no hat museum dans la Luton.
No.
But there is one in Stockport.
Well, because their industry, sadly, is dead, and we're still making hats.
We're
Albeit
still.
very, 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 very tiny amounts.
Let's be honest. I worked in Luton for 3 years. It's a dump. I award the hat capital of the world to Stockport. Of the world? Are you joking? Come on, dude.
I work for the tourism people. I've got to make it sound more grandiose.
Do you work for the tourism?
Yeah, part of Facebook.
Thanks very much for calling. We're not having propaganda on here. He should have declared that. That's an Ofcom in waiting. He knows that in this period of intense hat rivalry, he should have declared that to Sam, that he had a vested interest in the tourist trade of a hat-based town before he came on air. Now we've got to mention all the other hat-based towns in the world.
Derby.
We've done it. That's good. Okay, right. 0344 499 1000. So, I've got 4 tracks in the new album. And when I say album, I think there's only 5 tracks on it. Maybe there's 4, I can't remember. So we're going to play one. I've not heard these. I've genuinely not heard these.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, I do actually, because I'm very proud of it. I know the sessions went very, very well. Let me just... okay. Here we go. This is... I think you're going to like this. This is me.
Unless you're Nick Knowles.
This is me. It's produced by Dan Carrasco. I say produced. I have to say that for legal terms. He was there and he pressed record and play. What you're going to hear is pure, untouched talent. No, there's certainly no auto-tune, no computers have been used in the reconstruction of this song. What you're hearing is real instruments and real singing. And real talent.
A real plum.
Shut up, enjoy. Hang on. Get these fucking speakers up, boy, come on.
She works at night by the water. She's gone astray so far away from her father's daughter. She wants a life for her baby. All on her own, no one will come. She's got to save him. She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you. She tells him
that was real. That was real. That was real.
My life. You're gonna grow and have a good life. I'm gonna do what I've got to do. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby. Don't you cry. Somebody's got you, rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby. Don't you cry. Rock-a-bye.
This is fucking brilliant! Hear me now!
Single mom, how you doing out there? Facing the hard life without no fear, just so you know that you really care. Cause any obstacle you're well prepared. No mama, you never shed no tear. Cause you have to shed things year after year. And you give the youth love beyond compare. You'll find his school fee and pay the bus fare. Marie, the pops disappear in the wrong bar. Can't find him nowhere. Steadily you walk through everything you know. So you not stop, no time for your now she got a 6-year-old trying to keep him warm, trying to keep out the cold. When he looks in her eyes, he don't know he's safe. When she says, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love.
I've never heard this far into the song.
Nobody matters like you. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. Somebody's got you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Wash his face. Sometimes
freestyle.
He has to suck the snout out of the nose, you know. Now she got a 6-year-old trying to keep him warm, trying to keep out the cold. When he looks in her eyes, he don't know he's safe. When she says, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love.
I'm crashing behind the beat constantly.
Nobody matters like
I'm listening to it in my ears as I'm doing
she
it.
tells him your life ain't gonna be nothing like my life. You're gonna grow up and have a good life. I'm gonna do what I've got to do. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Somebody's got you, rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry.
Fucking held that note! I held that note!
A bitty bong bong.
Just let that sink in.
You're really boring.
No auto-tune. What you heard there was one take. A little bit of freestyle rapping in there as well. I made the bit up about sucking the snot out the baby's nose. Very powerful song about a mum who turns to whoring to feed her child. And I think I gave it the respect that it deserves. That will be on my new album, mini album. Extended EP. It's an EEP, an extended player mini album. Feelings, coming as soon as I can work out how to upload it to CD Baby. You'll be able to buy it on CD Baby, and you'll also be able to buy it on the iTunes. And if you're lucky, I might play for you later on. Have I got, what other ones have I got here? I can't,
Don't force it, Ian. Maybe
No.
you should do a slow release.
Oh, I might do Shout Out to the Eggs. I might do that one. We might have that one in a bit. 03444991000. First person to comment on that. It must be, I imagine, David, it must be what it was like when the heads were sat around having rolled a big fat joint and listened to Sergeant Pepper for the first time in June 1967. I imagine that is the feeling that was coursing through your body, David. You're a very spiritual man, and I must have just given you an overload of spirituality.
Well,
Lost for words. Lost for words.
I was listening
It wasn't me.
to the phone, so I think, it tends to warp the quality a bit, but...
Yeah. Yep. Don't have to say anything, David. You don't have to say anything. Your silence speaks volumes.
Yeah.
What have you called in for?
Lots of people are worried because I was unable to do my award-winning First Look Live.
Did you lose your voice for a day, like some broadcasters do? Lost your voice for a day and then came back sounding perfectly fine a bit later on. Did that happen to you?
Not quite. I'm just very under the weather.
Oh, well, can you not summon up a spirit of healing to remove all the damaged fluids from your body? A succubus, if you will.
Probably not. It's just mucus in my nose.
Okay, that really is... well, here's a good bit of news. I had a cold. It lasted 3 days. That was short, wasn't it?
I was wondering if you can sponsor my
but I'm certainly off the hardcore
pet
meds, and by
fish.
that I mean no more night nurse for daddy.
What? Give me 3 things of advice.
Okay, well, I would start putting money into a pension as soon as you can because you...
For the flute.
I'm sorry, okay. Cass? Barocca. We can't recommend medicine, by the way.
Can you feed the flu, starve a cold, or is it the way round?
No, we starve the staff in our house. Just keeps them on the edge a little bit more. Here's the thing. Barocca, I feel it does me good, whether it does or not. I just don't know.
You just like that fizz.
I love the fizz, man. I love the fizz. Drink lots of fluids, water, David, and stay off dairy products.
The dairy, what's that about?
Makes you snotty.
It creates mucus. Where do you think mucus comes from? It comes from milk and cheese.
I've just had some ice cream.
Well, you're gonna be coughing that up for the rest of the evening.
Can this show be like a benefit for David Babcock?
Yes, certainly. What would you like us to raise money for you?
Iain Lee's an idiot.
Okay, sure. We'll hang on a second. Simon, how much money, Simon, would you like to pledge towards the Babcock Fund?
I would pledge at least 99 pence.
99 pence, David. That's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick.
It's not as good as a fiver.
I'll get stuffed. Miserable git. Good evening, Simon.
Hi, yeah, just had a really unusual experience. I've just been watching Blade Runner, the original, bit of a dark film.
Yes.
Finished it, put on Periscope.
Yes.
To hear your amazing song and just...
Thank you.
Wow.
Both,
amazing.
and this will upset.
Robotic.
This will upset a certain core listenership, former callership. Both of those events very highbrow, very, very highbrow.
Well, I didn't really understand Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I'm just Googling it now.
No, you're not meant to understand it. It's highbrow. You're not meant to understand highbrow things. It's that simple.
Can I just give you a bit of advice, though, about your song?
Oh, buddy, please do. Mies loves advice.
Ah, lovely. Yeah, no, it's brilliant. Just go a little bit easy on the plugging of it, because quality stands for itself. You don't need to keep plugging it. It will win through on its own.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, Simon. I appreciate that. That is very, very kind, and that's very wise. And do you know what? I'm going to heed that advice about my new album, Feelings, which will be out on CD Baby and iTunes very, very soon indeed.
I happen to know that Simon is the agent for Nick Knowles. And actually what he's trying to do there is sabotage what will be a very successful campaign.
The old sabotage, is it? I see. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. With time to change, 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner or a copy of my new album, Feelings, can make all the difference. Search Time to Change and Feelings. I think I'll get in trouble for that.
Yeah, you will.
To find out more.
Did your husband accidentally transfer the contents of your joint
Yeah, I've got a
account
fantastic
to a genuine
research
prince
job.
called Trust Me, Good Man? Perhaps you bought diet pills on the
Rockabye, baby, rockabye. I'm gonna get you, rockabye, baby. Don't you cry. Mama's gonna love you.
You need a man who's on it. Listen to the Radio Hustle with scam-busting Supremo, Alexis Conrad, and get the inside track on all the latest swindles, schemes, tricks and traps the fraudsters are using to get their hands on your cash. Get tipped off.
Has Iain Lee made the first auto out-of-tune record? Well, you're blocked.
Enemy of the conman. Saturday afternoon from 1 on Talk Radio.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
And for all of you on Twitter commenting on the auto-tune that was used, delete those tweets or you'll be hearing from my legal team in the morning. Because auto-tune was not used once on there. It was not used once. And if you go around defaming me and defaming my my business, which is entertainment and show, then I will have no option but to sue you. There was a text in earlier on. Oh yeah, here we go. Where was it? Here we go. Hetty has tweeted us. In Brighton, check out Mad Hatter.
Yes.
They sell fair trade hats of all types. Pink top hat, Cordoba's gaucho hat, fancy a tricon.
A tricon.
Yeah. Fair trade hats.
Yeah, but that's where I was looking. That was £100.
Fair trade. That's 100 quid ain't fair, is it?
Not
There's
me.
certainly no trade there either. Fair trade hats. What is this? What is this? We living in some kind of political correctness nutshell.
Yeah, Brighton.
Oh right, yeah. Let's all go vegan for Brighton, shall we?
Actually, those vegan sandwiches were quite nice.
They were quite nice, actually. But I tell you what, every time I mention on Twitter I need to lose a bit of weight, I always get this bloke. I think it's called Vegan Aid. It's like aid as in ADE.
All right.
Yeah, go vegan. It's easier than you think, and you'll lose so much weight. And I just think, nah.
That's a stretch too far.
Nah, I'm not going to... I was a vegetarian for 26 years, and I've got a feeling that I will be a vegetarian again. I've got a feeling that that's going to happen at some point. But I'm not going to go vegan. I don't knock vegans. It's brilliant. It's fantastic if you want to do that. I don't... Yeah, but, you see how they get milk out of a cow? It's very traumatic for the mother of the cow. His baby is snatched from it as fed drugs. So you should become a vegan. Nah.
It's the right faff, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I have low-fat milk, and I don't think that comes from cows. Gavin is on the line. Good evening, Gavin.
Good evening, Ian.
Good evening, Gavin.
Yes, low-fat milk certainly does not come from your average cow.
Yes, I don't think...
It comes from undersea cows.
Yes,
They
what?
are freshly bred.
What?
To require them to squirt...
Why are you doing a Jamaican accent?
Oh, did it slip?
Yeah, it did a little bit. It's not racist. It's not racist. It's not racist. You can get white. You can get white Jamaicans. So I'm not being racist. But I was doing a black Jamaican.
You with highbrowness.
Yeah, we go. Beautiful. It's a highbrow show tonight. Hats off to hats. It's a highbrow show. Yeah, go on.
Right, number one, highbrow film. Bellevue Rendezvous.
Sorry?
Bellevue Rendezvous.
Bellevue Rendezvous.
Yeah, French animation.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Highbrow film.
Okay. What happens in it? It's not the Moomins, is it?
He's training for the Tour de France with his grandma.
Yeah.
And he has to go up a lot of hills, and he comes across sort of a aging vaudeville set of sisters who appear to be like locked in time.
Yes.
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 It's
Have
very
you ever...
highbrow,
Gavin, I was wondering if you'd ever considered... You should... It's not even that. It's not even... Have you ever considered... It's like... It's... You should become vegan. It's not even... Have you ever considered... Have you read anything about veganism?
It goes into my second highbrow thing.
Beautiful. This is what's going on tonight. It's one of those shows. I'm loving it.
Highbrow drinks.
Yeah.
Purdy's health drink.
Purdy, I like a bit. Purdy's, yeah, I like Purdy's. It comes in that funny bottle, doesn't it?
Yeah, silver bottle.
Yes.
Very highbrow. And
Yes.
you also get a new energy-infused version of said beverage.
I can't touch those energy drinks. Honestly, I can't.
It makes you go a little bit crackers.
They go nuts. Make you go nuts. I can't touch Red Bull. I certainly can't go anywhere near pussy.
Oh.
Have you tried Red Bull sugar-free?
What's the point of that?
Well, it gives you the bang, but not the down.
I never forget a terrible night in San Francisco where I had Red Bull and vodka for the first time.
I've had them.
It tastes like vodka. It just tastes like Red Bull. So I was getting double Red Bulls, double vodkas and Red Bull, and just knocking it back and thinking, but I'm wide awake. I'm feeling more. The more I'm drinking, the more alert I am. So then we went and bought drugs. It was a horrible night.
Well, I had a night that started that way, but it didn't go to the drugs thing.
Hang on, Gav. Go on, Gav.
Started that way, it didn't go to the drugs thing.
No.
I woke myself up in the night. My legs were dancing.
Oi.
Red Bull.
Go on, Gav. Go on. You can contribute now, sir.
Yeah, I was just thinking that's the way it goes. If you have a night out and you're like sparked up, you're looking for that extra spark at the end of it.
Yeah. No, don't do drugs, kids. It was a very. It ended with us walking through San Francisco and getting lost at like 3 o'clock in the morning in a very, very rough area. And we're all like, hey. And we just...
some low-fat milk.
No, we just discovered Banana Republic. So we were dressed in the preppiest white clothes ever. And then my mate got out one of those massive unfolding maps. And I was like, James, I think we should probably put that... We should put that down. We should get rid of it. We were going to get stabbed and murdered.
Remake that film.
Sorry?
Sorry, man. That was a stinker.
No, well, it was lowbrow. It was lowbrow. Well, they didn't remake that film. They made that film.
Yeah, all they did was they played the theme tune from the BBC series and stuck with Douglas Adams' face at the end.
Yeah, but they didn't remake the film. The film's only been made once.
The TV series was wicked.
I don't know.
Did you rate the radio series?
I don't know.
I just don't dig the whole thing.
You're very hyped up this evening, Gav. Well, go on, Gav.
I'm a bit pissed.
Yep.
Well, I'm a bit angry with Periscope.
Why?
It's not working, and I'd like to see you.
It's working. Periscope is working.
I've rebooted. I've
Maybe
cleaned. I've done the lot.
Well,
all I'm getting.
Yeah.
And I've got my old.
It's working. I bet Periscope is working.
Man, all I've got is 23 hours ago.
Yeah.
3 hours, 1 minute, 53 seconds.
I couldn't. But it's working now. People are talking to me.
Yeah, I know, but what's a young man to do?
Knock one out. Thanks for calling, Gavin. 03444991000 is the telephone number. Good evening, Jessica.
Yeah, hello, Ian.
Hello, Jessica. Let me answer your first question. Probably at some point next week, it will be available on CD Baby, on iTunes, and wherever CD Baby farms its stuff out. I'm not going to go for Spotify, because I think Spotify exploits the artist. I could get 1 million plays of that and get about 12 cents.
You're with Taylor Swift on that?
Yeah. Although, if Tidal are listening, Kanye, if you're listening, I could be interested in a deal on Tidal. Could be interested in that. So that'll be where you'll get it from. What was your second point, Jessica?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry. What I was going to say is, it wasn't what I was going to say, but I was a vegetarian until I realised, until I got to the point where I could buy good quality meat.
Yeah. That makes a difference, doesn't it?
It does. If you're buying those low kind of, I don't know.
If you're buying economy sausages, as my mum would say, it's lips and arseholes. That's what you're getting.
And therefore I went, you know what, I don't want to eat that.
Yeah.
Because I've got feelings about animals.
Yes.
But then when I realised I'd got a bank balance that allowed me to buy 70% or more beef or pork, I suddenly found that I didn't worry too much about animals.
It's still a bolt through the head. And that's the thing that, I've been eating meat, 4 years now, Kath? 3 years, 4 years after 26 years of vegetarian. It still sits ethically very uncomfortably with me, Jessica. It's still a bolt through the head, and I do think that perhaps those animals are aware. You know, they see the one in front of them get killed. I do think that they pick up on that. They get stressed, and it's upsetting. So I'm a walking contradiction, because I love meat. I love the taste of meat.
Yeah. You get over it quite quickly when you don't mind paying like £8 for a chicken.
Yeah. Well, that's maybe a little bit much. Hey, I've never had a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, come on.
I've never had one. All I've ever had from KFC was some coleslaw once, years and years ago, when I was walking home and I had like 50 pence in my pocket and I was starving, and all I could afford was a little tub of coleslaw.
No, I think there's something about Kentucky Fried Chicken. Is it that 11 spices or something?
Yeah.
There's something about it that is Moorish, and they market it brilliantly. I buy it.
Can you tell the difference between Kentucky Fried Chicken and Dixie Fried Chicken and Chicken Cottage? Can you? Do they taste different?
Yes.
In the same way, like Coca-Cola tastes different from Pepsi Cola, tastes different from Panda Cola, Panda Pops.
Yes.
Ah. Well.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What I was going to call you about is that I saw your tweet about 2 hours ago about let's ban people looking on phones whilst walking.
Yes, please. At last.
That's what engaged me.
Go on.
I bumped into a guy literally this morning. Well, he bumped into me, and he injured my left shoulder slightly. It doesn't hurt anymore, but it did at the time.
Yeah.
And I sort of said to him, like you always would, excuse me. And instead of him saying, I'm really sorry, and us all moving on with our lives, he went, oh yeah, I'm really sorry. And therefore, because of the mood that I was in this morning, I said to him, well, you don't really sound sorry.
Ooh, yes, great comeback.
A whole kind of conversation that I wasn't expecting.
Well, where did the conversation go after that?
Right, well, he said, I'm really sorry, but I'm talking to my mum, and she's quite stressed at the moment, and...
Well, she's got an idiot for a son, that's why.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
Because I was all ready to kind of go with that. But he said, I'm really sorry, but my mum's really stressed at the moment, and I'm really sorry. And I said, well, you don't sound sorry. And he said, well, you know what? I've got some problems here. I've got some issues. And I was like, okay, why have I even started this conversation?
Well, because he injured you. He assaulted you.
Well, you know what? He did. And I could have gone to, like, the level that most of us would have gone to, where we'd have used some expletives and moved on.
Yes.
But there was something about this guy this morning that I went, oh, right, okay, don't worry about it. And I think because I brought it down...
And now you're getting married. No? That's okay. No. Okay.
Anyway, but because I brought it down, he went, okay, I'm sorry. My mum's on the phone. She's having some issues. I'm sorry. And I went, okay.
What were these issues? He keeps talking about these issues. What were the issues she's having?
I don't know. I didn't even ask. But that's my point. Sometimes you don't need to ask. You just need to understand that someone else is in a place that you don't understand, and what they've just done to you doesn't really matter.
No, but here's where I get what you're saying. But, right, if he injured you, that does matter, right? And also, if
he injured me, let's not make it injury for us. It was only a bump.
Yeah, but if you're, so it was a telephone call, yeah?
Yeah, he was on the phone.
He should have been looking where he was going. He could see when you're on. I mean, I was talking primarily about people that are texting or tweeting or whatever, because constantly they're walking around with their heads down. And I will walk straight at them now. I don't care anymore. I walk straight at them, and when they bump into me or do a last-minute swerve, I say, well, you could possibly look where you're going. Maybe that would help. But the fact that he was on the telephone and he still bumped into you, this guy's an imbecile.
I absolutely understand where you're coming from.
But?
And on some days, I would agree with you. But today, put it on the syllabus.
Yes.
Syllabus? I kind of felt that he was in the place where me kicking off about him bumping into me because I've just got off the bus and he bumped into me would have just made his day worse.
Yeah. You're like Buddha. You're the modern Buddha.
No.
Very Buddha.
Not always.
Okay.
But there's sometimes just something that makes you think. Actually,
I've got a fantastic research job.
Well, Jessica, you are a better man than me, Gunga Din. Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. I think she's wrong to have that attitude, and I'll tell you why in a moment. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee. Oh, that's Catherine Boyle. We're on Talk Radio, and we're with our friends. Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us is going to fight a mental health problem at some point this year, and having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Go online and search Time to Change to find out more.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio. For those about to talk, we salute you.
Time to Change with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. Sponsored by Time to Change. Search Time to Change.
What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I...
Not sure what to get this lunchtime? Why not live bold up with McDonald's Big Flavour Wraps? Experience the barbecue chicken and bacon one with smoky barbecue sauce.
Sitting down now. I've done too much standing.
In a soft toasted tortilla wrap.
That was enough standing up for one show.
Go smoky. From 10:30 a.m. Participating restaurants only. Rest of range available at regular price.
I am proper on one now. Getting ready to watch Sky One because Strike Back's incoming! New team, new mission, a high-risk manhunt, I'm told, somewhere across Europe and the Middle East. And there I was thinking my job was stressful. On one, Sky One. Strike Back. Starts 31st of October, 9 p.m.
We got it at Selco. Selco is where the trade goes.
At Selco Builders Warehouse, we've got real deals on a wide range of trade-quality building products. In October, we've got a 10-litre tub of brilliant white or magnolia Johnson's Trade Cover Plus Vinyl Matte Emulsion for only £24.99 ex-VAT. Now that's a real deal. To find more real deals at
got it at
Selco.
We got it at Selco. Selco is where
it goosebumps. Call it freedom. Call it a constant smile on your face. We call it finding the one. And with 1 year's free insurance, 0% APR representative, and nil deposit on the Renault Clio, you're closer to that feeling. Visit Renault.co.uk/Clio Insurance to find out more. 0% APR representative, Renault Finance, 18 plus, subject to status, insurance provided by Alliance Insurance PLC, 21 to 79. T's and C's and model exclusions apply. Participating dealers only. Visit Renault.co.uk/Clio Insurance.
Stand up to cancer on Talk Radio. Stand up, raise cash, take cancer out. It's time to supercharge the fight against cancer.
I'm Paul Ross and I'm getting orangey-fied for Stand Up to Cancer. I'll be suited and booted in top-to-toe tangerine with a towie tan to boot.
Every orange has appeal, and now you can go orange for an awesome fundraising.
You know, playing computer games.
Cancer out.
Shake your Satsumas and help bring in stacks of cash for game-changing cancer treatments. 100% of the money raised goes straight to those badass science boffins who save lives.
Stand Up to Cancer on Talk Radio. Rebels, you now have a cause. Search Stand Up to Cancer to sign up. John Holmes on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking. Get turned on to all killer, no filler conversation with John Holmes, the man who's stirring up the nation.
The original sound of John Holmes.
Don't phone your mum, phone Holmes.
Join me, John Holmes, tomorrow afternoon from 1 on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
After-hours amusement for anarchists, air hostesses and jet-lagged Antipodeans.
G'day, coppers. Can I crash on your floor? The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Thanks for your support, Glenn. I appreciate the texts. What's this I'm reading on the screen here? Alistair Campbell destroys Julia Hartley-Brewer during Brexit discussion. Are you aware of this? Do we know what this is? Row Claxon, Julia Hartley-Brewer interviewed Alistair Campbell on Talk Radio this AM, and ... Well, it went as you might expect. How do we...
It's on our website, apparently.
I don't know what that is. Let me try... Let's have a little listen to that, shall we, guys? Let's have a little... Let us have a little look. Here we go. All right. Oh, yeah. Right. Let's, sorry, am I keeping you up?
Yeah.
This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Director of Communications for Tony Blair, who very kindly joins us now. Good morning to you, Alistair.
Hello, Julia.
I'm sure you are as confident as I am today that we're going to get a great trade deal with the EU and move forward to a brighter, better future.
I fear not, and I fear that what is happening is that all the many, many promises that were made by the Leave campaign are not coming to fruition. And one of them, if you remember, was that it would be very straightforward to do a trade deal with the EU, and also that we'd be able to do trade deals with other countries whose deals we would lose by leaving the EU from June the 24th, 2016. None of that has happened. And I think that what's becoming clearer and clearer to me is that this whole Brexit project, the people who are now urging Theresa May to walk away from a deal, to go straight, to crash out of the EU and go straight to the WTO, they are basically what I call the old-fashioned hard right. They're the Redwoods and the Lawsons and the Carswells and the Farages, and dare I say it, the newspapers of the right as well. And that all of the things that were promised, virtually all of them now, are just evaporating. And I think no deal will be a catastrophe because it means guaranteed lower growth. There's not a single amount of...
I'm bored. I'm bored of that.
I feel like I've heard that.
I'm bored of that.
A million times.
A million love songs later, we're still here. So here's the thing. I use my scooter, my moped. What is a moped one where you have to pedal it a bit? Is that a moped?
Yeah.
I think it is, isn't it? A lot of mopeds in Marrakesh.
Yes. So technically it's a motor scooter.
Yeah. So I used it at the weekend for the first time in ages, right? And it was in the garage, and my helmet was in the garage. And I got it out, and it's that beautiful thing where if I've not used it for more than a couple of weeks, it takes ages to start, and I love it because it makes me feel like I'm like a cool 18-year-old with my Ford Cortina in the thing. I've got to rev it. You just got to rev it a little bit, not too much. Then it's got to catch, and then it will drop, and it's beautiful. I love it. So I did that, and then I was going to the gym, which from my house was a journey of about, on the scooter, of about 20 minutes. Okay, it's not that far, okay, but it involves going on quite a busy road. So I was going along, and I was on this busy road, and my ear started itching. My right ear started itching, and I thought it's because I had sunglasses on under my helmet, but it's not the sunglasses I normally wear. It's like they're kind of a thinner, what do you call the thing that goes over the ear? The sunglasses. What would you? Yeah, but the bit with the plastic on it. What is that called? That's got to have a name, isn't it? The plastic
like
bit.
The ear hook.
Well, the plastic bit at the end of laces has got a name. But what is that? What's it called? It's got to have a name. Here's the thing. Everything's got to have a name. Like Filtrum has got a name, but everything is. Why would they bother naming a Filtrum but not naming the plastic bit that goes over the end? Anyway, no. So it was itching, and so I was trying to. The thing is, I was trying to sort of hit my helmet, right?
It's the worst thing if you've got an itchy nose inside a motorbike.
It doesn't do anything. I was hitting the helmet, and you couldn't feel anything on the inside, which means it's doing its job perfectly, right? Oh, bloody hell, this is annoying. But then it went up the side of my head.
Oy.
And then it went down, not in my ear, but what's that bit called there? The top of the ear.
Yeah, like your.
So the lobe is the bottom.
Like the lid.
Yeah, the ear lid at the top. Yeah. I'm demonstrating on Periscope. We think that's called the ear lid. No, it's not the lip. But basically, that is where a series of tunnels start. There's a tunnel that goes there. There's a tunnel that goes kind of under. So there's a series of tunnels that start at the ear lip. And it went in there, and I thought, oh, I've got a bloody spider in my helmet. And I was thinking, I was on quite
How big did it feel?
It felt massive. It felt massive, like a baby's fist. And I thought, and I was trying to shake, because I didn't want it to go in my ear. I thought if it goes in my ear, then I'm going to forget about it by the time I get to the gym, because I'm an idiot. And then in a year's time, like 1 million spider babies are going to come out of my ear, right? And so I was going to pull over. I said, I can't pull over here. It's a main road. I was going to pull over because thought I was going to. And basically, I went into a state of panic. It was panic. I was absolutely in a terrible state. And I saw there was a lay-by coming up, so I went into the lay-by and I took my helmet off and I gave it a good old shot. I couldn't see the spider. I put my hand in. I was wiping it out. And it got out.
You sure it got out?
It got out. And I was thinking, if I was on one of these shows like The Jungle or something, what do they call it when you've got to put your head up a kangaroo's arse and it's full of snakes and worms?
Payday.
If I would be terrible. I couldn't do it. This is me with the crash helmet, and there's one little spider having a go in my ear lip. I couldn't do it. Oh, it was awful, Kath. And this was on.
Keep your helmet in a bag.
No.
Because Norbert gave me a bag for mine.
No, I didn't get a bag for mine. But also, what had happened? For some reason, my wife had put put a cover over it. But it's the cover that goes over the table and chairs in the garden. So it was still. I don't know. It annoyed me. It was at least in my horrors at the moment. But so it was horrendous, and I've not felt. Yeah, you're right, Periscope. I could have crashed. I could have crashed. I could have caused a pile-up just off the M4 it was. And it was awful. And I have felt dirty ever since then. I've just not felt the same. I felt like my ear has been abused. It was awful. If you've ever had... hey, did you see that giant earthworm the woman found?
No.
Oh, mate, I'm going to show you a picture in the next hour. It's going to blow your mind, right? No one Google it. No one Google it. I'm going to tweet it in the next hour. This is going to blow your freaking mind, right? 0344 499 1000. We've got Billy Bragg coming up soon. We tried to get Billy Bragg, but unfortunately he was busy. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, her Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio. With our good friends, Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us is probably going to fight a mental health problem this year, and having a friend in your corner can make all the difference. Go online, search Time to Change to find out more.
Talk Radio, digital debate for the UK.
Oh, it was horrible.
And Talk Radio.
Oh.
We'll get you talking.
Time to Change with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. Sponsored by Time to Change. Search Time to Change.
At Talk.
I couldn't, it was in my ear. Doesn't work when it's in the ear.
Decided to bring our Black Friday sale forward to, well, now. Don't miss out on over 25% off our unlimited fast broadband. Only available for a limited time. It's just $19.95 a month, including line rental, with no setup fee. You'll save an unbelievable £268 versus BT over 18 months. Don't wait for Black Friday.
Was I on Channel 4? I used to be on Channel 4 about 20 years ago.
You don't have to wait at all. Hurry! Sale ends 2nd of November. Search TalkTalk Black Friday today. Contract and conditions apply. TalkTalk for everyone.
Sorry to hear that, David, but you only phoned us 25 minutes ago, so it's unlikely that you'll be feeling better in that brief period. Have a steam. This is what I do. Steaming water in a bowl, put a little bit of Vicks in there, towel, breathe it in. That'll clear you up.
0% APR. For example, the Mazda 2, Mazda 3 and Mazda 6 are available not.
Evening, Mark. Thank you for your T-shirt, Mark. Very, very kind.
So whichever Mazda you pick.
This Louis Theroux box good, isn't he?
Super simple.
Have you seen
Visit
it?
Mazda.co.uk.
I'm in California to meet Adam, a former teacher turned shock jockey who believes Hitler wrote Candle in the Wind. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Mazda 6.5, 18s or over. Guarantee may be required. Mazda Financial Services.
Had enough football, lads, yet? We have, because we like to talk about what we know about at Glowworm, like the practical training for new installers, and the 499 checks we do on our boilers before they leave the factory. Did I mention 30 quid cash?
Rockabye, baby, rockabye. Mama's gonna hold you.
Box app. The Glowworm Energy Boiler range starts at $599 with a 7-year warranty. Find out more at glowworm.co.uk. Glowworm. Easy does it. Now, back to the football lads. Terms and conditions apply. See glowworm.co.uk for more details.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
A radio star is born.
You're going to love
Talk Radio. Talk Radio.
Hey guys, go to youtube.com/rabbithole. I've uploaded another video of Stephen Page performing a song. This time it's Jane. Multi-camera action. This is the late night alternative on DAB, on app, and of course on talkradio.co.uk.
From
Bed,
the Sky
please.
News Centre at 11, and Republican senators described Donald Trump's presidency as reckless, outrageous and undignified. Jeff Flakes announced he won't run for re-election next year, nor will fellow Republicans.
Iain Lee's an idiot.
Rockabye, baby, rockabye. Baby's gonna hold you.
Investigating comments made by one of its MPs, Jared O'Meara,
Whatever.
apologised for homophobic and sexist remarks he posted online more than a decade
I don't want a
ago.
pop from me. I'll give you an for a pop. Shake it. You get it for free.
Before he was elected in Sheffield Hallam. Sophie Evans has made that claim, saying it followed a row at a nightclub.
He then flipped. Obviously, some of the stuff isn't broadcastable. He made transphobic remarks.
No, I'm not a virgin anymore.
Called me an ugly.
The mum of a British man who went to fight.
She said bitch. I heard it earlier on.
Says he went out a boy but died a man. It's thought Jack Holmes was killed while clearing landmines days after helping to liberate.
I just farted then.
A Scottish man held in a Dubai.
Oh, actually, show you've got copies of the new Mickey Dolenz album.
Home.
I
Jamie
haven't got it
Harris
here.
was met by his family as
I'll
he
show you
arrived
later.
at Glasgow Airport tonight after the charges against him were dropped. The 27-year-old from Stirling says
Here are
he
the
still
nudes.
can't believe what happened.
I came positive all the way through it, to be honest. Because I still couldn't...
Imagine me doing a fucking
was actually
trial on telly.
Even now when I'm home, I still 3.5 months, 4 months for what it was.
In sport, Manchester City are into the League Cup quarter-finals, but only after being taken to penalties by
Yeah, they're good, the
Stephen
Stephen Page videos.
The game finished goalless, and they won at 4-1 on spot kicks. Meanwhile, a 2-0 win at Swansea means holders Manchester United are safely into the last 8. Winger Jesse Lingard scored both the goals.
I was in control. Since the weekend, been working hard on the training pitch, and we had to put things right today. We learn from it now. We move on and we can shut the next game.
And Hibernian beat Edinburgh rivals Hearts 1-0 in the Scottish Premiership this evening. That's the latest.
No one
from
likes
the
Nickelback.
Sky
They're a
News
terrible
Centre.
band.
I'm Annie Joyce.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Take a far-out trip into the twilight zone of late-night radio with Iain.
Unmissable late-night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Good evening, this is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio, and with time to change, 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call this evening, we call you back. It's as simple as that. And you can also Skype Late Night Alternative. I'm just turning Skype on now. You can Skype us. Late Night Alternative is the...
I was wondering if you can sponsor my...
one word, if you want to call us. So lots to talk about this evening. Oh, yeah, we never mentioned syllabus earlier on. What's syllabub? Does anyone know what it's a food, isn't it? Syllabub is a food. If I remember correctly, syllabub is a dessert in the great lost pantheon of British desserts. But I have absolutely no idea what it is. And do you know what? For some reason, I fancy some syllabub. I fancy... Is it a bit like... is it like white blancmange? That's how I imagine it. In my head is what you don't these great British puddings that we don't have anymore. Like, I'm going to say it, guys. I'm going to say it. So get your Sniggers out. The spotted dick. Okay, very, very, very good. But the stodgy puddings like treacle pudding and that's it. That's all I can think of. But it's certainly now what? Oh, Kath's gone off to get some sweets, get some sweeties. Okay, and so I've written all this stuff down that I need her to talk about. Oh yeah, the phone's. I don't. Here's where we are. Here's where we are. I don't know how to start the second hour. I don't know. We can play Billy Bragg a bit later on. I don't know how to start the second hour. The first hour was so full of vim and vigour and excitement and joy. And the second hour, I'm kind of here and I'm feeling a bit... Do some stories from the paper. Don't really feel like that. What do you reckon? What do you want to do, guys? What do you want to do? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Late Night Alternative. Can't go to the cinema tomorrow because I'm a little bit busy. I'm busy tomorrow. I've got to be up. I've got people coming to my house. Get this, at 9 o'clock in the morning to film some stuff for the website here. They want to film it at my house. So I've got to be up at 9 o'clock in the morning. I've got to be ready at 9 o'clock in the morning to rock and indeed to roll. Come and... Right, I'm going to show you a picture, Catherine.
Yeah. Of
this earthworm, right? So it's an earthworm. This is a real thing, okay? You ready? This is a worm, right? So all it is a worm. Is it really, though? Yes.
This isn't going to be a...
It's from the Telegraph. Telegraph. It's a worm, okay? A 2-foot earthworm driven above ground by heavy rain. You ready?
Yeah. Whoa!
Isn't it?
Whoa!
That's like an elephant's penis. Look at that. And you know what you want to do to it, don't you? You know what you want to do to it? You want to cut that in half and see if it goes off in different directions.
I don't think that's true.
No, I think it is.
No.
I'm going to tweet that. That really is.
That's going to be full of soil.
Yep. That is a remarkable. Remarkable picture. Well, listen. I think you've been good, guys. I'm going to let you hear the second track. It's dropping. Please don't tape this. Don't put this in the podcast, right? And don't tape it. If you've got blank tapes at home, keep them blank. In fact, you can't tape it. You can't tape it because we've put in that anti-piracy thing. So if you record it, it will just be a high. It'll just be a. Ooh, you just get a high-pitched noise all the way through it. So
that's you, isn't it?
Yeah. I see what you did there, mate. Okay, we could do...
What are you going to hit him with?
Well, I could do the song that I've written, but instead I think we're going to do... Everyone's heard me do 7 Years, so I thought we might try this bad boy. Here we go. Oh, it's downloading it. I don't want you to download. Here we go. Enjoy. No auto-tune. This is all natural.
This is a shout-out to my ex.
Get these speakers up.
In love with some other chick.
This is a tough key.
Hurt me, I'll admit. Forget that boy, I'm over it. I hope she getting better sex. Hope she ain't faking it like I did, babe. Took 4 long years to call it quits.
I really didn't know the tune for this
Forget
one.
that boy, I'm over it.
I've never actually heard this song.
Yes, I should say thank you for the hate Jews and the tattoos. Oh, baby, I'm cool, by the way.
You'll pick up in
Ain't
a...
sure I loved you anyway. Go ahead, babe, I'ma live my life. Live my life. Live my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to my ex. You're really quite the man. You made my heart.
Kept it male. Very trendy. Gender bending.
Look at me now, I'm all the way up, I swear you'll never bring me down. Shout out to my ex, you're really quite the man. You made my heart break and that made me who I am. Here's to my ex, hey, now look at me now, I'm all the way up, I swear you'll never, never bring me down. Oh, I deleted all your pics.
Yep.
Then I blocked your number from my phone. Never gonna get your call you could get. But you ain't getting this love no more. Cause now I'm living so legit. Even though you broke my heart in two, baby. But I snapped right back, I'm so brand new, baby. Boy, read my lips, I'm over you. Over you. Guess I should say thank you for the hate Jews and the tattoos. Oh, baby, I'm cool, by the way. Ain't sure I loved you anyway. Go ahead, babe, I'ma live my life. Live my life. Yeah.
Shout out to my ex. You're really quite the man.
You made my heart break and that made me who I am. Here's to my ex. Hey, look at me.
I don't know this one.
I'm all the way up, I swear you'll never bring me down. Shout out to my ex, you're really quite the man. You made my heart break and that made me who I am. Here's to my ex, hey, now look at me now. Well, I'm all the way up, I swear you'll never, never bring me down. You'll never bring me down. Shout out to my ex, you're really quite the man. You made my heart break and that made me who I am. Here's to my ex, hey, look at me now. Well, I'm all the way up, I swear you'll never bring me down. Shout out to my ex, you're really quite the man. You made my heart break and that made me who I am. Here's to my ex, hey, look at me now.
Hey, girl!
All the way up, I swear you'll never bring me down. Shout out to my ex, you're really quite the man. You made my heart break and that made me who I am. Here's to my ex, hey, now look at me now. Well, I'm all the way up, I swear you'll never bring me down. Shout out to my ex, you're really quite the man.
Here we go. And this, you're going to find this fact unbelievable, guys. Before recording that song, I'd never actually heard it. It turns out, I just knew the chorus. I say knew it. I'd heard the first line of the chorus. The rest of it, the verse, I'd never heard it. I'd actually never heard it, and yet, still, managed to turn out something as good as that. That shows you what the kind of artist I am. None of this, but I tied a sock around the end of my guitar because my dad wanted me to study. None of that nonsense. I studied. I got great grades. And I also happen to have a God-given talent as well. And someone who'll understand that is Nigel. Nigel, what did you think to that?
Hi, Ian. You're all right?
Yeah, I'll ask again, Nigel. What did you think? What did you think to that?
Well, I haven't got the radio on, have I?
You absolute bloody idiot! Why the hell are you phoning? I just played the. I just dropped the second.
Mum's just been ill, and I had to see her because she's got a bad leg at the moment.
Don't give me Mum's bad leg. I just played you. I just played me singing "Shout Out to My Ex." What the hell is going on? What is this? Call him back. What the hell is wrong with people? What The hell is going on? Dearie me, I mean... He makes us listen to his crap. He can listen to my good quality. I bet he's hung up. He's hung up.
Has he?
He's hung up. He's had a little hissy fit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Get used to this. You know what this is?
Jealousy, isn't it?
Professional
The
jealousy.
green-eyed demon inhabits those we least suspect it to be within, but yet out it comes, crawling at night, to the point where other less talented individuals find it necessary to hang up the phone.
The thing is, as well, because you've collaborated with him in the past, he'll be slighted that you've gone solo.
Ah, yes.
It's gotta hurt, that.
Well, I'm like Timberlake. No, there's a rap star called Timberland. Yeah, there's a rap star called Timberland, but I am like Timberlake, and he's like Zayn Malik. I'm the success, and he's gone bald.
No.
Yep, that's how, that finishes. That's perfect there. Leave that where that is, please. Have you got the story about the blind woman?
No, I can find it.
Go find it. It's the fun. We were going to read this out in Brighton at the Rabbit Hole, and we forgot. And it's the funniest. I tell you what, we'll have a quick break. When we come back, we'll read this story out. It is just.
Here we are. I've got it.
Well, we're going to have a break anyway because that's what we have to do. This is the late. Yep, I'm going to have a break. That's what we're going to do. This is the late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. With time to change.
Talk Radio.
Speakers down, please.
Call 0344
Nigel's fucking nuts.
1000. Text talk and your message
Jesus.
to 87222. Text costs 25p plus your standard network rate. Or you can tweet us at Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Time to Change with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. Sponsored by Time to Change. Search Time to Change.
Been checking out that new Sky One comedy Bounty Hunters. They've teamed up Jack Whitehall and Rosie Perez. Proper chalk and cheese. A book-smart Cambridge student and a bounty hunter from Brooklyn. Well, when you're on the run from the police, terrorists and a drug cartel, you take any help you can get. Hunted One, Sky One. Bounty Hunters starts tomorrow, 10 p.m.
Hi, Mum. What you doing?
Making fairy cakes.
Can I help?
Of course, sweetheart.
Oh,
Anyway,
it
you check to
works.
make sure they're
Go on.
between 57 and 60
Hang on,
grams.
tell me on air.
Sieve this flour, put that through another sieve, and finally through this really fine sieve.
Someone's just
Then count
tweeted, and I
the
think this is a compliment. You may find this even harder to believe, but I've still not heard the song. What does that mean? Is that a compliment? I'd say it's a compliment. I'm going to err on the side of compliment.
Our new Synergy Supreme Plus unleaded fuel reduces friction to help look after your engine. Esso. Energy lives here. See esso.co.uk for details.
So we'll get free Love to Shop vouchers in this $500,000 giveaway.
That's right.
Oh.
For every 20 litres of
So-
selected Dulux trade
No,
and
we didn't.
Olmsted trade paint you buy, you'll get a £10 Love to Shop voucher to spend at over 20,000 stores and online.
Oh, nice.
So, are you off to do that hallway on Hill Street?
Yeah, I am, but only after I've had a look online at what I can spend the vouchers on. Don't miss the Dulux Trade and Olmsted Trade $500,000 giveaway. Install now until October the 31st. T's and C's apply. See online at $500,000giveaway.co.uk or in participating stores for details.
Stand up to cancer on Talk Radio. Stand up, raise cash, take cancer out. Collaboration kills cancer. Who's in?
I'm Julia Hartley Brewer, and I'm turning up the heat on cancer with a big and ballsy bet. Why not get involved?
From chili con cookies to cake au vin. Get creative in the kitchen and embrace the fundraising power of self-raising flour to help make serious dough for game-changing cancer treatments.
Go ahead, punk. Bake my day.
100% of the money raised goes straight to those badass science boffins who save lives.
Stand up to cancer on Talk Radio. Rebels, you now have a cause. Search Stand Up to Cancer to sign up.
Dead of Night Discourse for disco queens,
I'm related to Jedward and Dolly Parton.
dairy farmers,
Aye, aye.
and distant fathers.
Yeah, well,
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
doing lots of things that we don't know about, we can't control.
on Talk Radio.
Yes, great.
Busy show this evening. You can listen on DAB. You can download the Talk Radio app. You can go to talkradio.co.uk. You can also watch me on periscope.tv/Iain Lee. What have we talked about so far? Syllabub. We talked about Syllabub when you were out.
All right. That's
Um,
one of those sloppy desserts, isn't it?
oh, I wondered if it was more like a blancmange. Can't remember. We have talked about Spider in My Helmet. People use this. We need to make this a law, right? And they have made it a law. I think in Sweden, and I think in a city in New Zealand, that you're not allowed to be using your telephone when you cross the road. I don't know if it's all of Sweden or if it's a town in Sweden, but it's certainly a town in New Zealand as well. You're not allowed to cross the road when you're looking at your phone, which makes perfect sense. Absolutely perfect sense. No, but people do all the time. Fella today, I'm coming up to a T-junction, so I'm slowing down. Fella, headphones in, looking at his phone, just walks out in front, so I had to hit the brakes, and he sort of just looked up at me and walked on, and I leaned out and said, mate, you could actually use your effing eyes and look where you're effing going, is what I said to him. I didn't say effing.
Reasonable response.
I didn't say effing, I said fucking. Did we get that one? That Sam was just dozing off then, and that's why I kept him on his toes there. Kept him on his toes. Sorry, Periscopers, that was inappropriate behaviour for a man in his 45th year. But you see it all the time. People, and I don't mind. The phone call is not so bad because you're looking forward. You can do that. It's that looking down thing that we all do it. We all do it. It's a common pose now, of looking down. And here's the thing, right? When I'm looking down, walking on the pavement, right, I look up. Just timing it. I look up about every 3.5 seconds. And I've got excellent peripheral vision, right? The moment that peripheral vision goes, I'm cool, I'm going to stop. But I look up about every 3.5 seconds. Peripheral vision doesn't just move in your eyes. Let me show you Periscope. Look this. Do what you thought was peripheral vision. Do it. Come on. That's
I'm just testing how, because my peripheral vision is not
doing an impression of a painting in a haunted house. But so I look up.
That's exactly what
I look up at every 3.5 seconds. So I know exactly what's going on. And my brain is a little bit like the Terminator's brain in that I'm scanning. I'm constantly scanning, and I'm building, and I've got all the possibilities of which way people might go. So I'm good. But I would, if it became a law that you couldn't walk on the street and look at your phone, I'd go along with it. I'd go along with it because every day, about 15, 20 times, people... And then if someone walks into you, I've had people say, you should have looked where you were going. I said, I did look where I was going, and I knew you were going to walk into... Well, you should have moved out of the way then. No, you should have been bloody looking where you were going, you muppet.
Something I've noticed.
Yes, Catherine.
It became really apparent when we were in Brighton, and we were surrounded by drunk people on the weekend.
God.
People swerve you and walk into me.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
I did notice that in Brighton. Yeah, it was a strange phenomenon.
It's odd. I think because he's a tall man and I'm a shorter woman.
Very short woman.
No, I'm above average height actually for a woman. I'm 5'6".
Yeah, above average height for a munchkin woman.
I'll let that go.
Only because you can't reach it.
Anyway,
yeah.
So he was forever kind of moving because there was loads of people swaying, and they were, all off the chumps in Brighton. Let's be frank, weren't they?
It was a lot of drunk.
It was a very drunken.
It was an October beer fest going on.
It was, and then some.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he kept moving me out of the way because people kept swerving into me, and then they would go the other way. It's like they saw the lighthouse and decided that they would swerve it and go into the
rocks
instead.
But
I need a shorter friend, is what I'm saying.
People walking out into the road looking at their phones. Jesus, it is the most annoying thing. I had one, saying this though, I had one fella, right? It's on Oxford Street, and it got a little bit leery. Oh, I told you I got out of my car the other day to have a go at someone.
These things do happen to you, though.
No, I pulled out on my street, right? And it pulls out into quite a busy road, okay? And there was plenty of room, right? Car was in the distance. I pulled out. It's 40 miles an hour. Then about a quarter of a mile down the road, it becomes 30, right? Mm-hmm. So I pulled out. And obviously, you've got to accelerate up to 40 miles an hour.
Yes.
But this guy, and he was some distance away, but he didn't slow down. If a car pulls out a bit in front, you might slow down a little bit.
You shouldn't really.
Sorry?
Well, the person that pulled out failed their driving test.
No. I haven't failed my driving test. No. But first of all, he's going faster than 40.
All right, fair enough.
He's going faster than 40.
Okay.
The distance he was, I had plenty of room to pull out, right? So I pulled out, but then he's doing about 50, 55.
Outrageous.
Then he comes right up my Harris. He's right up there.
To make the point.
Yeah. And so he's there. And then about 20 seconds later, he beeps me. And I'm like, I'm in a terrible mood anyway, so I just give him the finger, that, right? And he's right up my arse. So I stop, right? Just to say, back off, right? I've got your point. So I stop. And then I pull away. I sort of put the brake on and I don't stop completely, but hit the brake and he just keeps going up my arse. He's right up there. Right. Literally, there could have been no more than 2 inches between us, right?
You're really bored.
I thought, right. Well, I don't want to take any risks here. So I slowed down to about 15 miles an hour, right? So it's very, very slow on this now 30 mile an hour stretch. I thought, I'm going to slow down because if I'm going at normal speed and I have to brake for doing an emergency stop, he's going to enter me. So I slowed down at 15 miles.
That was the reason why you slowed down, not, right, I'm really going to annoy him now.
No, oh God, no. I wouldn't do that. No, that's not a thing for me.
It's irresponsible.
So then we get into these lights when it's a single carriage. It's a road, so there's our lane and there's traffic coming the other way, right? So we're getting up to these traffic lights that are red, right? And I could see what he's going to do, and I couldn't react quick enough. Literally, there's about 2 cars distance between me and the traffic lights. He suddenly bombs it and overtakes me, and then cuts me up as we get to the traffic lights and pushes me into the curb, so my wheel hits the curb, right? And I was in such a bad mood anyway, because I was having the worst day ever. So I got out of the car. I've never done that before. I got out of the car. He gets out of his car.
You kissed.
No, and he looked like a thug. Mm-hmm. He had a suit on, but it was a shiny suit.
Did he have a thumb head?
Yes, he did.
Of course he did.
And I went, what are you doing driving like an absolute winker? And he said, and I swear to God, I'm not doing him a disservice. Well, you driving like a bloody idiot. Like that. And I went, what did you say? You're driving like a bloody idiot. I said, you can't even string an effing sentence together, you twit. Didn't say twit. And he went, won't you F off? You F off. And then
you both effed off.
He got in his car, and he turned left. I got in my car, drove straight on. I was shaking a little bit. I thought, what an absolute arse. He was awful human being. People like that should be destroyed by legal means or non-legal means. I bet he walks around looking at his phone as well, bumping into people, and then saying it's their fault because they weren't looking where he was going.
Worst of all,
yeah,
all his texts are misspelt.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, you've got a good story about a blind lady.
I have.
Yeah.
This comes courtesy of Kicker Daily News.
Yeah.
It was in loads of places, but it happened a while ago, and I can only find it on this one.
Okay.
A woman in Spain could land herself in trouble for faking her blindness. Faking her blindness.
Wowzers, here we go, guys.
For
this is it.
28 years.
Stevie Wonder's been doing it longer.
Fooling not only the community, her family, and her own husband. Come on. But also some private institutions from which she received benefits.
Aha.
Carmen Jimenez, a resident of Recoletos in Madrid.
Oh, God. Well, don't do it. Please. Please.
Pretended to be blind.
No, hang on. Don't say the town names in a foreign accent.
I'm not Recoletos.
You're going, Recoletos.
Don't just say... I was doing it in a foreign accent, so Recoletos.
You just say in Recoletos in Spain.
It's not Recoletos.
Recoletos.
It's not Recoletos.
Recoletos.
Stop saying Recoletos.
Isn't that what Stu Francis used to say? Oh, I could Recoletos.
Iain Lee's an idiot.
It's over a doll's house.
Yeah.
Pretended to be blind for the past 28 years and had just recently admitted to her lie. Why? You might as well... She's committed.
Yeah.
Her reason was so simple that most people could probably relate to it. No, it wasn't. It's nuts. Well, she hates saying hello to people, especially those she doesn't even know, because she's antisocial.
Yeah, I get this. I get it. Shy. She's shy.
Defending herself, Carmen, now 57, says, I was tired of seeing people and stopped to say hello. I've never been very social, and pretending to be blind, I avoided many social commitments.
Good for her. I'm with this lady.
Almost 3 decades ago, Carmen faked an eye injury, which later led to her supposedly going totally blind. Her family, especially her husband, said the incident was a big blow to everyone, but they nevertheless supported her. He knew. Come on, you would know. If I've not got my glasses on, my husband just tests it by flicking me the V's. I mean, he would have been doing that for 28 years. She must have let him know.
A little wink. Could you put the television on? You can't see it. I know. Little wink. I know.
I know. Well, she did watch the television. But blind people do watch television. They listen to it.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, right? Her family said the incident was a big blow, but they nevertheless supported her. The husband started suspecting something isn't right about his wife's blindness because she was able to wear proper makeup most of the time. Get this.
Yeah.
They would also often catch her watching TV from the corner of her eye.
There we go. Well, then...
Recently, she finally admitted to her family's shock that she'd always been able to see perfectly.
I love it.
God, what they must have done in front of her thinking she couldn't see. But her family's reaction to her revelation should be the last of her worries, since she could be facing a serious legal challenge for accepting financial and personal assistance from private organisations, which means she defrauded them. Uh-oh, it gets serious.
Yeah.
Carmen Jimenez's story went viral on Spanish social media, but many doubted the veracity of her story, saying it's unbelievable to fake blindness for so many years without being busted. I say that it's unbelievable to fake blind. That's a very odd way of phrasing it. Who's written this? Ron E. J. Carleon. I suggest this is a translation because it's poor. But, yes, I would suggest that it's unbelievable to fake blindness for so many years without being busted too.
Okay, well... Then,
watching telly out the corner of her eye.
Then someone sent me this story, right? Blind golfer's eyesight was suspiciously above par. But I'm getting all these weird pop-ups that I can't get rid of. I've got this weird pop-up and I don't want it. When a group of blind golfers teed off at an annual tournament, they thought each stood a good chance of winning the coveted trophy. But when some began holding long putts, pointing towards the green, and even reading from their own scorecards, some eyebrows were raised. And by the time the winner walked off the 18th green, the result was already in doubt amid claims that sighted players had taken part. One observer, who did not want to be named, was appalled at the apparent abuse of goodwill and wrote an anonymous letter to the local newspaper. It said, I work in the voluntary sector, so am aware of most disabilities and their consequences, but it was obvious the majority of these blind people were sighted. The majority. In the clubhouse, I observed blind people walking around unaided, buying refreshments and going up and down stairs with ease. Outdoors, many were pulling their own golf trolleys, and one in particular was reading a scorecard. I watched players tee off with little or no assistance, and several watched their own shot approach a green. One particular gentleman even pointed up the fairway toward a green 200 yards away before asking, "Is that a flag?" I struggled to see the flag against the tree line, and I can see to drive a car. Perhaps the worst of all was the number of blind players who putted out without any assistance and then picked their own ball out of the cup. The tournament, held at Downfield Golf Club in Dundee earlier this month, was attended by 20 golfers from a variety of clubs, including Tayside and Fife Blind Golf Society. Many players were accompanied by a guide who assisted, here we go, I was wondering how they do it, who assisted in describing distance, direction and characteristics of the hole. They also helped with club alignment. Okay. But what you do is you just go, hey, blimey, that's a hole in one, Dave. Well done, mate. You won't believe that. It's like you'd gone to knock off early, wouldn't you? Well, you got a hole in one. We're absolutely blinded. Oh, you wouldn't say that.
No.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I didn't mean that.
What's the point, though, in their case, pretending to be...
Well, they won a trophy. It's a coveted trophy.
Yeah, but they didn't really win it, did they?
Well, come on, mate.
Morally.
Cheats prosper. Cheats prosper. Crime pays and cheats prosper.
That reminds me of a story my Spanish friend Sonia told me.
Yeah.
She used to play basketball to quite a competitive level.
Yes.
And the other team in the area was, it was a real fierce rivalry between them.
Yeah.
And there was one player on the team who was really... It's all women.
Yeah.
One player on the team who was, like, really strong and fast and a lot taller than the rest. Turned out to be a fella.
Oh.
Manolo.
No, Manolo.
Not Manola.
0344 499 1000. You can Skype Late Night Alternative. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, her Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio. With time to change, 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year, and having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. I would love coffee and some water, please. I'm flagging a little bit. Decaf coffee, guys.
Full set breakfast is Friday's full set breakfast. Friday named after Freya, the Norse god of the wind. And talking of wind and sound and fury, Storm Cal Malone joins us after 8 on each full set breakfast. She turns up after 8, which is why we call her Minty.
The Paul Ross Full Set Breakfast, tomorrow morning from 6 on Talk Radio.
Tales of mystery and imagination on the radio show that does things differently. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I'm a nut job, but not back on a nut job.
On Talk Radio.
Honest to God, it's the new Breaking Bad. Oh no!
0344 499 1000. You can Skype Late Night Alternative. Barry's on the line. Good evening, Barry.
Hello, Ian. Yeah, just congratulations to Kathleen and yourself on the recent award.
Thank you very much indeed. We're very, very thrilled. I don't know where I've put it. Oh, it's in the boot of my car. That's where it is. It's in the boot of my car.
No, it's really good, Ian.
Thank you.
Yeah, just on the situation with people on phones on the pavement,
Yes.
I've noticed over the years that it's got really dangerous.
Yep.
Phones in particular, but you've got cycles as well, Ian.
Yes.
And then on top of that, you've got dogs on these long leads, you know? So they become quite dangerous places.
Well, no, hang on a minute. Dogs on leads.
Yeah, they've got these long leads, Ian, haven't they? You know why the dogs run right in front? And
No, but I've never seen. But what I've only ever seen owners, because I've got one of those extendy leads. But then when we get somewhere where it's a bit busy, we rein the dog in.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got the responsible ones, Ian, but, you know, you got some that let the dogs right out, so you're coping with, like, three different things.
No, I've never seen someone do that with a dog lead in a busy area.
Yeah, I do get it on pavements, Ian, but, I mean, I guess some people should say, in terms of running, you know, I've found over the years, you know, pretty safe places, everybody could, you know, walk there and do the thing, but...
Here's the thing. This is a question I want to ask you as a runner. I'm walking down the street. You're running towards me. And it's a narrow pavement. There's only room for one person. One of us is going to have to step into the road. Whose job is it to step in the road?
I think it's one of these sort of British things, you know, it's politeness. I think one or the other
No.
will make the move, but
No.
you find sometimes they make a point of it, so you've got to then run into the road.
Yeah. No. No. And back me up on this, guys, because this is what I think. 0344 499 1000. I am convinced that the person travelling the fastest is the one that's got to go into the road. You've made a choice to travel at a ridiculous speed, so it should be. It's not down to me to step in the road. It's down to the runner to step into the road. That's what I think. Back me up, guys.
That's fine, but, you know, surely these things can be mutually agreed. You know, you do it out of politeness.
You haven't got time to stop and have a little vote on it, though. Press your red buttons now.
No.
No, I think the rules should be just as. Here's the thing: if you were Catherine, if you were captain of a ship,
Yes.
and I were captain of a ship, and we were both heading towards each other,
Yeah.
What's the way we're supposed to turn?
Isn't it sort of...
Make the decision quickly. We're heading
there is a
towards
rule.
each other. Yeah, I know. We're heading towards each other. We're both.
There's a red and a green light.
There's a, come on, which way? We're going to hit in 5,
I go left.
4. Sorry, that doesn't exist on a boat. 3, 2. Thank you very much. You just averted disaster because we both went port on a ship, and that's the rule, okay? And everybody knows it. And Catherine was panicking a little bit because I just
Because he was clicking his...
clicking my fingers. Yeah. But no, I think the rule should be. If you are on a narrow pavement and one person is walking and one person is running, that the runner should be the one that goes into the road.
Okay, yeah, I think that happens a lot of times, but I still think it comes down to politeness. You
Yeah.
know, one will make the
No.
decision. It's not a big thing.
I think it should be the law.
Looking forward to the Billy Bragg interview.
Billy Bragg, in about an hour's time. It's a cracking interview. Boy, oh boy, he can talk. What wonderful, wonderful company, Barry.
Lovely, and nice talking to you then, Ian.
Cheers, my dears. Ta-ta.
Take it easy, mate.
Let's go to Venison. Hello, Venison. Hello, Venison. Venison, can you hear me? Can you feel me near? Hello? Yes? This is a Scott.
Hello?
Hello, yes, Venison.
Yeah, okay. You're on.
We are on, man. This is happening.
Good deal.
Good deal. Good deal indeed. That's going to be my catchphrase from now on. Good deal.
Oh my God!
Can you hear me?
And I lost the website. I don't know how. Anyway.
What?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
You know, now through Skype.
Yes.
I didn't realize there was a live feed.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but turn the live feed up.
DAB player.
Turn the live feed off, because if you're listening through the live feed, I think there's going to be a delay. So just listen through Skype to me now while we're talking. It's a delay.
I thought it was listening to Skype.
There's about a 20-second. There's about a 20-second delay.
Well, I'm going through pure Skype now.
Okay, beautiful. Well, what have you got for us, fella? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New Jersey, USA.
New Jersey.
Remember, this is the guy from the other week when we phoned the radio station.
Oh, flipping it! Oh, dude, of course it is, man. I'm so sorry. My brain is all over the shop. How are you doing, brother? I tell you why I didn't recognise it was you. It's because you've got you've changed your picture. It's now 2 kittens cuddling.
Yes, you know. I had to do that because of last night, because I had another picture up that were like, people were like looking at it going, ooh, yeah, no.
Oh, naughty, naughty Venison 88. That is very good.
It wasn't really that naughty. There's a picture of Yiffer. It's one of the characters that I have here. There's a fox.
Yiffer?
And, you know, and he is, of course, you're more or less looking at him from the back end. As they put it, he was presenting himself.
Ay. Wowzers. Hey, can I ask you a question, right, about American culture that has always fascinated me, and I've never asked anyone, right? I like 60s, I like American music and American television. I love the Monkees, I love the Beach Boys, I love Lost. I loved Lost. And one thing keeps popping up whenever I read books about American culture, one series keeps popping up, right? What the hell is Gilligan's Island? Because we never had it, I've never seen it. In my head, it's like a 60s version of Lost, where some people get stuck on an island forever.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
Who's Gilligan?
You know, it's a comedy, it's a, you know, sit comedy.
Yeah.
Situation comedy, and, you know, as the story goes, you know, the crew and passengers of the Minnow went out for a 3-hour tour. You know, then they get in a storm, end up on this island.
Yeah.
The boat's wrecked. Okay, so Gilligan is the first mate. And, you know, but then you had the captain. I can't remember his name now. Oh, God. It's been so long since I saw it. But, you know, and those two try to keep things together.
But hang on, they only went out Venison, they only went out on the boat for 3 hours. They can't be that far away from mainland America.
That's what we thought.
Jeez.
But somehow or another, the storm blew them way
Right.
off course.
Okay.
You know, and set them on that island. And everything that happened after that is just hijinks comedy.
Hijinks?
Yeah, they're trying to build a radio. They're trying, you know, to get the HUD together. They're trying to live their lives out, you know, as much as they can, stuck on that island.
Did they ever get off the island? Is there like an episode at the end when they get off the island?
Not in the TV series. They did it in a movie.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh, I like that. I might go straight to the movie then.
Yeah, the movie's kind of weird too. You know, they more or less had to get off by lashing the HUD together on a raft type of thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the island was being flooded.
Wowzers. Luckily they managed to make that raft. This is the thing. This is why sometimes the threat of imminent death, I think, should be made. We should perhaps bring this into schools, because these people were stuck on this island for years. But when it was going to flood and they were all going to drown, they managed to make a raft. And maybe if we had that in schools, kids, if you don't study for this exam properly, you're all going to get flooded. That fear.
More danger.
Yeah, more danger is what we need to increase our education standards.
It does concentrate the mind,
We've got that danger. We've got that.
Of course you have.
Between fires everywhere, you know, flooding everywhere, you know, massive hurricanes everywhere. Come on.
Jeez, fire and hurricanes, mate. Are you joking? We're talking about nuclear weapons from Iran and North Korea.
Yeah, that too. Well, not necessarily from them, from us.
From you, yeah, from you.
If we strike first, all the automatic systems
Yeah.
are going to sit there and throw everything our way,
Yeah.
and all our automatic systems are going to throw everything their way, and then the humanity will be destroyed.
Yeah, yeah. Fun times. Bring it on.
With a few mutants here and there.
Yeah, exactly. Bring it on. So what you been up to today, Venison?
Well, mostly, I finished my show, so now...
How did that go tonight? Was it good?
Well, yeah, I can't tell. I just do it.
But do you get feedback from people afterwards going, that was a good one, man, or that sucked? Do people get in touch and tell you what they think?
Not often,
Yeah.
I've been here for 14 years now. They've gotten used to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. You become part of the furniture, don't you, after a while?
Yeah, pretty much. But also I'm kind of running out of material because I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
I can't get out much, so I don't get to see the wild and crazy things I normally see in my life. But, there's a couple of things I wanted to bring up to you. For one thing,
Yes.
what is going on over there?
Sorry, beg your pardon.
Sighted people pretending to be blind?
Shut up.
What is up with that?
Shut up, man. Your president can't even phone up a widow and get her dead husband's name right. So don't start having a go at us. Well, okay, we've got some really nice trophies, and the only way to get them is to pretend to be blind. What's the problem with that, dude?
Yeah, that's just it. Trump might do it. He lies a lot. He'll pretend he's blind just to get a golf club.
Thing is, he probably will. I only grabbed her pussy because I couldn't see where my hand was going. That's what he says.
Okay, yeah, right.
Come on, man. You do it as well. Listen, we all know we all know it's the best fun you can have on a night out. If you want to get treated well, bring a wheelchair along, put a blanket over one of your mates' laps and push them around. Seriously, you will get free drinks, you will get free food, you'll get girls talking to you. It's the best way to have a fun night.
If you say so, but, my friend and I just went into a bar down the shore and said, we're Vietnam veterans, all like that, and he saved my life, and they sling free drinks our way.
You pretended to be Vietnam vets?
Wow, that's low.
That is despicable. You pretended to be a war hero? Wow, man. Did you actually do that?
That wasn't me. I was even going, what the hell are you doing this all along?
Oh, man.
Beers, though. Got drunk as hell.
That's it, man. That's what I think all of our veterans, real or otherwise, should be given as much free beer as they can get down their necks. That's what I think. What else did you have, Venison?
Well, other than, also, when you mentioned something about always looking down when you're walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good reason for that.
Yeah.
Because you find stuff.
Hey, do you know what? He's not wrong. This was the other day. I was in central London, Venison, and I saw it about 100 yards away. A bloke dropped a coin, and it went into the road, but he didn't see it, and someone else looked at it and walked on. I thought, I'm having that, and I got closer.
Whoa! You saw who dropped it, and you didn't just give it to him.
Oh, it was 100 yards away. So I got to it, 50p piece. 50p. I had it. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That's exactly it.
Yep.
I find money on the ground all the time.
Yep.
Plus also lighters. Used condoms. I stay away from those.
Jeez, what is wrong with your country? Dirty dogs.
Like I said, you find all kinds of things. Yeah. Especially in the club. Oh God.
Hey man, is it still illegal to make underwear out of the American flag?
To tell you the truth, I don't know if that was legal or not, but people did it anyway.
Because I'm sure I read.
I've seen bikinis in there.
I'm sure I read that years ago, to thank America for helping us out in World War II, eventually, that we sent them over loads of gifts. Right? We manufactured loads of gifts, and one of the things we manufactured was the Stars and Stripes, but as underwear.
Really?
This is what
Post-war, that seems very racy.
This is what I heard, right?
You dirty mothers.
And America, it was basically, we might as well send a picture with the middle finger raised. You know, it was the worst insult we could possibly do. And relations between America and England cooled substantially because of that. I am sure that is true. I'm sure I've read that somewhere.
Yeah, sure. Send us the American flag in something we can fart on.
And do you have to salute it every day at school? If you're a kid at school, you've got to stand up and salute the flag.
No.
No, it doesn't happen. Okay, good.
No, it used to, but not anymore.
Not anymore. Venison, I've got to go because I'm late for the ads. It's always good to talk to you, man. Don't keep changing your picture, though, because it confuses me.
One last thing, though.
Yeah?
When you're on the street or on the sidewalk, you're walking, he's running, you know, pretty much your walker should go because the runner is going all kinds of speed.
No.
And might not be able to have as much control.
Why is he throwing in this controversial thing at the end? No. If you're walking down the street and someone's running towards you, they have made the choice to travel at dangerous high speeds. It's up to them to act effectively and move out the way.
It's because they're traveling at dangerous high speeds, you get out of their way.
You're going to travel at dangerous high speeds into my fist in a minute. It's nice to talk to you, Venison. Take care. Ta-ta! This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. It's time to change. I like him.
I like him. Why does the other guy like him?
Yeah, he's very funny. I was worried because I didn't recognise it, and I wondered if it was one of those kids.
Talk Radio. Sponsored by Time to Change. Search Time to Change.
Yeah, it's great.
Hi, you've reached Tom's voicemail. I can't come to the phone because Season 8 of Fox's The Walking Dead is streaming on Now TV. I've been looking forward to this and I'm not missing it. So, leave a message. Although the Now TV Entertainment Pass does have over 250 box sets to watch. So maybe, don't call me, I'll call you.
To get your 14-day free trial of the latest shows, including The Walking Dead, search Now TV. 18 plus, new customers only, pass auto renews at $7.99 a month unless cancelled.
This unsavoury creature, called the
Hey, Ben Eagles in Vegas.
motor vehicles, where the monster bill's voracious appetite for money slowly drives the owners, who can't be bothered to switch their car insurance company, bananas. But could the monster bill now be at risk of extinction from its one natural and powerful predator?
Who compare?
What compare?
Today, keep that monster bill at bay.
This Japanese
Yes, before you go bananas.
city of Okawa started making
Stand up to cancer on Talk Radio. Stand up, raise cash, take cancer out. Collaboration.
Brilliant. Love it.
I'm Julia Hartley Brewer, and I'm turning up the heat on cancer with a big and ballsy bake.
I had an invention for cats. I'll tell you in a minute.
To cake over. Get creative in the kitchen and embrace the fundraising power of self-raising flour to help make serious dough for game-changing cancer treatments.
Go ahead, punk. Bake my day.
100% of the money raised goes straight to those badass science boffins who save lives. Stand Up to Cancer on Talk Radio. Rebels, you now have a cause. Search Stand Up to Cancer to sign up. The mother of all talk shows with George Galloway. He's back on Talk Radio. Listen up, comrades of the world. Unite.
Our glorious leader, George Galloway, returns to the UK airwaves with the mother of all talk shows.
The switchboard is lighting up. Controversial conversation and cutting-edge current affairs comment with the notorious B.I.G.G. Listen, this guy's a nightmare. He's not a great guy, folks. The mother of all talk shows with George Galloway. Friday night from 7 on Talk Radio. I did not say that.
It's electric, it's eclectic, it's always rule-free. It's the late-night alternative with that man, Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio. 03444991000 Skype Late Night Alternative. Catherine, you were just showing me an interesting thing.
Yeah, this is the Japanese city of Okawa.
Yes.
Is famous for its furniture.
Or as I like to say, Okawa. Oh, we found... Sorry.
Oh, yes.
We'll talk about it in a minute. Talk about that, and then we'll talk about this TV show we found on Netflix.
So I've just retweeted it. This mid-century Japanese furniture.
Yep.
You know, Japanese have got a real eye for detail. And it's beautiful furniture to start with, but they've scaled it down for cats, right? And there's some brilliant pictures of these cats lying on their cat-sized sofas looking at you.
So they're replicas of your sofa, but smaller for cats.
Yeah.
It's genius.
And you can have your own cat room.
I had a brilliant idea for an invention for cats, right? And this is actually proper thing, right? The worst thing about having a cat is if you shut the doors in your house, as I do, it's like keep draft. I always brought up to shut the doors to the living room if you're in there. The cat, you have to keep getting up to let the cat out, let the cat in. And so I had a brilliant idea that you would make a cat flap. So the cat flap for inside, but it would be it would go in the door, but it would be a tiny replica of the door that.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
So Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. So it's you've got your door, and then exactly the same but tiny for the cat is at the bottom, and it goes in and out. It's a great idea, isn't it?
Love that.
I had that about 10 years
You
ago.
have to be in the house that you're going to be in forever, because that sounds pricey.
Oh no! Well, no, you don't. I mean, yeah. The thing is with cats, though, they're dead cheap to run once you've got them going. You know.
I was thinking more of the expense of putting the doors in.
No, I know exactly. So you don't mind a little bit of, that.
So
anyway,
you should take it to the dragons.
I'll screw the dragons. Now, who was it? Someone sent me. Spencer sent me a message about a Japanese TV program on Netflix. What was it called?
Terraced House.
Terraced House.
Terrace or house?
Terraced House. And we've only watched the first episode, right? Apparently
it was slow.
Apparently it was quite a big thing in Japan, then it stopped, and then Netflix have picked it up, right? So basically, it's sort of like Big Brother, except the people, there's only 6 of them, 3 girls, 3 boys, and they're free, they get a house in a city, in this series it's Tokyo, and they get the keys to a car. And they live together for a few months. I don't...
Go out and go to work and stuff.
Yeah, one of them's a tap dancer. Tap dancer.
Turns out that's the Japanese tap dance.
Yeah, tap dancer. And it is. We watched it, and then it cut. You'll see a bit, and then it cuts away to like this panel that are sat there in this room with canned laughter.
Yeah, laughing at them.
And one was going, I won't do the accent. They're saying it in Japanese. It's subtitles. Well, I don't like her. I think she's choosy. I think she's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
And you've just seen them come in and sit down.
But it's an antidote to all the stuff we've got over here.
Mate.
Because, you see 3 guys, 3 girls going into a luxury house, given the keys to a luxury house for 3 months or whatever it is. You think you know what's going to happen. I mean, I've just watched the end of Geordie Shore. Flipping heck. I mean, Geordie Shore is the same series repeated over and over again. They all make the same mistakes. They're all, getting into each other's beds, and then the girl gets attached and the boy doesn't, and then they go out clubbing and the boy cops off with someone else, and then they kick off, and it's all that. But this is completely not that.
Yeah, it's not scripted. There's none of that. What do they call it? Augmented reality? No, that's
scripted
reality. Scripted reality. It's none of that. They just sit around rather awkwardly, because they're Japanese. They're all very lots of bowing.
No small talk.
No small talk, and they're sat there really. 2 of the girls are absolutely stunning. There's a beefcake of a guy.
Funny enough, the model is not. The
No,
most
she's not at all.
attractive one,
No, it's the other 2. And I wonder if that's a Western thing.
Yes.
If we're seeing different aspects of beauty.
It is.
There's a beefcake of a guy, and then there's 2 slightly sort of nerdy blokes. One of them is a hairdresser, and he's bought a sewing machine because he's just got into sewing.
Yeah, it's just a hobby.
Yeah.
This is the other thing as well. The subtitles are completely utilitarian. So it's just, yes, that's my sewing machine. It's just a small hobby.
But it is great. So we've watched 1 episode, and I've got a feeling not a lot is going to happen in the next 17 episodes.
It's not going to kick off.
So we'll watch it, not tomorrow, because I'm not in. We'll watch it again. I'll watch a couple on Thursday. And if it's going well, one of the weird things, so I'm guessing the guy with the collarless shirt, I'm guessing the guy with the glasses on the right is a comedian.
With a stripy coat.
Yeah, I think he's a comedian. And there's a couple of sort of women, one slightly older, and there's a slightly more serious guy. And there's a 14-year-old kid who's just a fan of the show. And they sit there and they pass judgment. And it's the strangest thing. So I'm going to give it a couple more episodes. And if we get into it, I'm going to reach out to them, as the Americans say, and see if we can get someone from the show to come on the show, on our show, and talk about Terrace House.
Terrace House. And we're learning Japanese as well. What's the word for wow that they use a lot?
Sugoi. Sugoi.
I mean,
it means amazing. It's cool like that. So they walk around the house going sugoi, 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 sugoi. It's this. Thank you so much for pointing us in the direction of that, because we were sat there and you had what's it called, bread bake on, bake off. You had Bake Off, and I couldn't be bothered with that. And then we just went, oh, let's have this. Another hour to go. Billy Bragg's coming up in the next hour. It's a really good interview. I think you're going to enjoy it. He's got loads to say. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio, and of course with our friends at Time to Change. What a thrill to have them on board. 1 in 4 of us will unfortunately fight a mental health problem this year. It makes it a bit easier if you've got a mate in your corner. Search Time to Change to find out more.
Talk Radio. Dialogue. Some dialogue.
Talk Radio. We'll get
Yeah, I think I'm going to get a bit obsessed with that.
Yeah, I can see myself buying box sets.
Because she can outdo biting her legs and it won't look so ridiculous, will it? With fat legs with chunky shoes, will it?
New mission, a high-risk month somewhere across Europe in the Middle East. And then I was thinking my job was stressful. On one, Sky One. Right back. 31st October, 9 p.m.
When your growing business is hiring, you don't need lots of candidates. You need the right candidates.
Yeah, it's clickbait, and you fell for it, Cameron. Clickbait my dick.
Quality candidates are.
I've got nearly 200 followers because of clickbait. It's the internet. Get used to it. That's how it works. It's all clickbait. Everything you're promised online is a lie, and you still fall for it.
t.com/redeem. Terms, conditions, and quality.
Every single time. Clickbait my bumhole.
Left a list of tools you need somewhere on site? Don't worry, with the new Screwfix app, we've got you covered. Build and save shopping lists on your phone, check stock and order online, or even from your local store. Download the new Screwfix app now for Apple and Android. Screwfix. Here when you need
Yeah, Cameron, at least I could get a job in B&Q. You couldn't even get a job pushing the trolleys in B&Q.
We're more equipped than ever to defy it. It's time to rise up against.
Come on, Cameron, give us your best shot. You fell for clickbait. You're a dirty little winker that clicked on something because you want to see live nudes, because you've never seen a real life nude in the same room as yourself. Well, I've seen 3.
Get inspired, join the rebellion, and help bring.
Come on, Cameron! And you couldn't even call yourself Cameron because someone got there first. You had to put a 4 instead of an A. Well, let me tell you this, buddy. A 4 doesn't look like an A. No one's falling that. No one is falling for that. And screw you, Annihilator 123. You've wasted my time.
We are Talk
Radio.
Cameron.
Talk Radio.
I'm just arguing with some people on Periscope. It's quite good fun. You can watch the show on periscope.tv/Iain Lee. You can listen on DAB, on app, or of course at talkradio.co.uk. More of your calls after this. No bed.
From the Sky News Centre at midnight, 2 Republican senators have strongly criticised Donald Trump, who's been accused of debating American politics. Jeff Flake and Bob Corker say they wouldn't run for re-election next year. Mr. Corker got into an online row with the president over a proposed tax cut. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders...
Come on, Cameron, what have you got, you dick? What have you got, buddy? You've got nothing. You've got nothing, Cameron. And I've got everything.
It takes 30 seconds to send out a tweet, and he spends the bulk of his day working on and pushing policy initiatives.
Labour MP Jared O'Mara has denied claims he verbally abused a woman in March.
Yeah, this stream is the Bash and Cameron stream.
The party is investigating his comments and behaviour after he apologised for offensive remarks made on...
Yes, Kaiser, I am the same Iain Lee who used to be on television,
British
yes.
man who went to Syria to fight Islamic State's been killed days after helping to liberate Raqqa. Jack Holmes from Bournemouth...
I think Cameron's gone.
...died while clearing landmines. A Scottish man who was arrested in Dubai for touching a man's hip has arrived back at Glasgow Airport. Jamie Harron says he's very happy to be...
Yes. No, I don't do the car crash. Maybe it was car crash. I do like lols and things, and pets and stuff.
Holders Manchester United are into the League Cup quarter-finals.
No documentaries by me coming up.
Palace are out, though, after being hammered 4-1 by second-tier Bristol City. Manager Roy Hodgson admits it was another...
Good, clean, pure living.
The architects were our own downfall. We didn't have that many shots of goal to face, but we made some very bad technical errors, which gave them at least 2, if not 3, of their 4 goals.
Manchester City were taking it all the way to penalties before sealing their last 8th place, winning 4-1 on spot kicks against Championship leader.
I know, I put on a lot of weight, Kaiser, and I tell you that, man.
Extra time to beat Norwich 2.
You can't see I'm lanky because you can only see from my chest up, you muppet.
Hibernian beat Hearts 1-0 last night. That's the latest from the Sky News Centre. I'm Annie Joyce.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you
You
talk.
stick your foot in there, mate. You've had it what's the weight right over the shoes. Because you can help lose weight in her legs. And it won't
Speak up a little bit, please.
will it? With fat legs and chunky shoes, will it?
The 11 o'clock show. Yeah, it's a gay-ass stream about eating chocolate bars, yeah. Who's got a flip on their shoulder? A chip? Why have I got a chip on my shoulder? What are you talking about? I've been answering your questions. What are you talking? I've been answering your questions, Kaisen. I've been answering his questions. He's telling me I've got a chip on my shoulder. What's the chip on the shoulder, dude? I've been answering your questions. I don't understand. What was he talking about? I've just been sat here answering your questions. Kaisen, explain yourself, now. Kaisen, explain yourself. Kaisen, explain yourself. Explain yourself, Kaisen. Yeah, and I'll block you, twat. Having fun on Periscope there, just shouting at some people because I've called them. Here's what I've discovered, right? In this generation, you've got to. That's the theme tune to The Family, by the way, which we've got to crack on with. We all watch it. The Family is the first. Here we go. This is the end. So it's the first kind of reality TV show, Fly on the Wall. We used to call it a documentary back in those days about this family in Reading. And we watched episode 1 on the train coming back from Leeds. And there's a delicious scene where there's a young couple. They're the children. It's the son of the parents and his girlfriend, or they married, wife. And they're, 17, 18, and they've got an 18-month-old kiddie. And they're living with the mum and dad. And they're filling in, they're writing a letter to the council to try and speed up.
She's trying to say that their living arrangements aren't working out, and I'm having a great deal of difficulty with my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
She wants us to move out,
Yeah.
and he's coming up with all these, what he thinks are long words to try and make it sound more official.
And it's really interesting because it's 1974. It's a real glimpse at class. It's a glimpse at the working class and poor people. It's a glimpse at people. This gentleman is not particularly well educated, so it's looking at that. It's looking at people in a real desperate situation. You know, they're living in a tiny room within their parents' house with a kiddie.
The whole family's
Yeah,
living
yeah.
there. So there's two. There's another sister who's got her boyfriend, who's the lodger.
Yeah.
They're living there.
Yeah, there's another
a
sister.
15-year-old sister, isn't there?
And there's a 9-year-old lad.
Yeah,
right?
gosh.
So he's helping this woman, his wife, to write the letter. But then he's reading this thing. He's reading a porno.
What was it called?
Climax. He's reading a magazine called Climax.
But he's reading it as if he's flicking through it like it's a Sunday supplement.
And he's dictating a letter to her to write to the council. His 18-month-old kiddie is there playing with a lighter. He's reading Climax. It is unbelievable.
But you know, he's an 18-year-old man. This is the thing, and you're watching it and thinking, God, my parents are 21 when they had me. And the thing, the overriding theme in that first episode was, when's the sister going to sort her boyfriend out and get him to marry her? He wants to move into a flat of their own, and she won't move in till she's married. But she's 17.
I've just had a brilliant idea. I've had a blinding idea.
Go on.
If we worked in an office, I would tell everyone to stop everything. I'm going to go out and buy donuts and coffee now. I've had a blinding idea, right? So, some members of that family are still alive, right? Yeah. We've got Claudia from Paddington Green, yes. I'm in contact with. We get a few more people like that. We invite them out for a meal. We take them out for a meal. We book a table in a restaurant, and we have, I don't know, a dozen people, 10, 8, 9, 10, whatever, from all different reality shows, documentaries. They're documentaries, and I'm falling for that thing, and they're documentaries. We do that, and we take them out for a meal, and we just record them chatting.
Yeah. It's not us interviewing them.
No. It's them chatting. It's them. We set up a few microphones around the table. It's them chatting about life, their experience doing the shows, their experience after the show when everyone disappeared.
We could maybe get someone from 7up.
Yeah. Yeah, of course we can. There we go. Right. Oh, this will be our project. I doubt we'll get it done before Christmas. No. Because this is going to take a bit of work.
We'll get it done next year.
But this will be our project for the next... Oh, this is a great idea! Well, this is our project for the next couple of months. So if you're listening to this, dear listener, and you're thinking of one of those classic documentary shows like Paddington Green...
Before people got wise to it and wanted to make big stars.
Like 7up, 7up's great because that's coming out again in 2019. Like, if you can think of anything, send me an email, Iain@iainlee.com.
Or if that's you, if you were...
Oh. Because I've been wanting to go and talk to Claudia... she was in Paddington Green. You may remember she was the frizzy-haired girl who's into astrology, and she worked in the moped, the Vespa Centre. She still works there. And I nearly bought a scooter from her, but in the end I went and got one from somewhere else. But we've been emailing each other a bit. We're Facebooking each other a little bit. That would be incredible. All right, well that's something. This is the late night alternative, dear listener, with me, Iain Lee, her Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio, and of course. With our friends at Time to Change, 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. That's an idea. That would be brilliant.
We're not afraid to use it. Talk Radio.
So if I go to the ads at 22, do I then have time afterwards to introduce it? Or am I, 2 minutes. Thank you.
That new Sky One comedy
turn the speakers down as well, please. That'd be brilliant. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Oh.
Book-smart Cambridge student.
Yeah, so we need...
hunter from Brooklyn. Well, when you're on the run from the police, terrorists and the drug cartel, you take any help you can get. Hunted One, Sky One. Bounty Hunters. Starts tonight, 10 p.m.
Oh, Trago Mills. That'd be tricky, he's in Devon, but nothing's impossible.
Saving an average of £200.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh.
50 best documentaries of all time.
Yes, saved again feeling. And save an average of £200. Discover the right Eon tariff for you today. Search Eon Energy now. Saving for dual fuel customers using national average prices across standard variable tariffs and receipt of discounts. Of large suppliers at off-gen typical domestic consumption.
I tell you, it'd be good, and he might do it. There was the fella from Airplane. Jeremy, yeah, he might do it. Because that would be interesting, because he was a big star for a while, wasn't he? He was like hosting shows and stuff. And he was also just at the tail end of fly-on-the-wall documentaries before it became Big Brother and reality.
We want to get Jane McDonald.
Yeah.
Because that's when they started getting wise to it.
Yeah. Oh, mate, we're on to something. We just had a good idea. Something happened there, guys.
Spot a great deal.
He's got his own website.
Then get down to the big spot sale at your local Vauxhall Network Q retailer. Hit the sweet spot with amazing offers on approved used Vauxhalls, including the award-winning Astra and the extraordinary model.
James Ditchfield says hello.
Hello, James
like 1 year's roadside assist and 1 year's warranty. The big spot sale from Network Q at your local Vauxhall retailer between the 20th and 30th of October. Down spot.
Yeah, and I love the idea of them talking to each other rather than us interfering.
Retailers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's them just chatting. This could be great. This could be great. Oh, I've got a shiver down my spine. I've had an idea. These moments need to be celebrated.
But didn't you get a quote from... I did. From their depot. Well, then I took it to...
Oh, my sister's spot on. That brilliant documentary about the couple that wanted to build a house in Greece. Did you ever watch that? Place in the Sun. Oh, God, of course. Oh, of course. Oh, this is going to write itself. This is going to write itself.
Using the camera to check your hair and walk into a lamppost. Or what about that moment when you're driving and check your messages and don't notice that pedestrian? If you look at your phone for a couple of seconds...
Oh, this will be incredible.
You miss 100.
This is a whole night.
Don't have that moment. Think. Put your phone...
I mean, it depends. We could do it in here. It could be a whole night in here, or we take it out somewhere. Yeah, I think so. It'd just be tricky miking it. Is my boring technical thing, but not impossible.
Sky Sports main event. Listen to Hawksby and Jacobs all this week from 1 on Talk Sport as they discuss the amazing careers and incredible achievements of each of the nominees. Sportswomen of the Year with Hawksby and Jacobs all this week from 1 on Talk Sport with the Sunday...
Yeah, you're right. That's the Mars bar. I need to have more Mars bars if this is the ideas that it produces.
Sky Sports main event.
Sorry?
Experience the unconventional, the unpredictable, and the completely unorthodox. With rule-free Iain Lee. The late-night alternative with Iain Lee.
I've got no internet for the last 4 days.
On Talk Radio.
The late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. With time to change, 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. We'll be talking more about that tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, because we're not here. On Thursday evening. That is what will be. That is what will be happening.
Jamie East is your host tomorrow.
There we go.
Be nice to him.
Everyone's raving about this movie, The Death of Stalin. I thought it was so-so. I saw it ages ago, and I had to sign an NDA. Very trendy at the moment. Second NDA of my life. To say that I wouldn't talk about it before a certain date. I thought it was a bit boring. Everyone's raving, 5-star reviews. And there's some funny bits in it. And see what's nice? It's always nice to see Michael Palin doing comedy. You don't get him doing comedy that much. That's why I loved the live Monty Python shows a few years ago. 'Cause it was just so nice to see Michael Palin doing comedy again. And there's some funny bits and pieces in it. And it was nice that they all spoke in their own accents. But I watched it and just thought it was a bit, okay, that's see what you've done there, guys. But everyone's raving about it. 5-star reviews. I wonder if it's a bit because it's Iannucci.
Yeah. Do you think it's affection for him and for Palin and?
I think it's the Iannucci factor. Is that people are perhaps saying, well, this is a very intelligent, intellectual, highbrow comedy, but ain't that funny?
What do you think, Emperor's New Clothes?
A little bit. I mean, it's not a stinker by any means. There's some funny bits in it.
But it's not all that and a bag of chips.
No, and it's talking about Stalin, and who was responsible for the death of many, many people. So it just wasn't that funny.
Or maybe you're wrong. Maybe they're all.
No. No, I'm absolutely right. Front page of the Star. Sorry. Secret of 2 gay Prem footy aces. Sorry? That's the front page of the Star.
Is it 2017 and we're now still threatening to out people?
An ex-Premier League footballer has revealed he had 2 openly gay teammates during his 4 years in the English game. One a big name.
It wasn't a secret then, was it, to the people that mattered?
I looked at that and I thought, oh, God. Just when you think you've gone... we've come forward so far. We get dragged back 25 years with that. Full story, page 10. Prem Ace brought his boyfriend to training. Great, good for them. Hope they had a good time. I hope enjoyed it. I'd have found it boring. Gay players shock. An ex-Premier League star has revealed he had 2 openly gay teammates during his time in English football.
Do you know what? I think the story's rubbish, but I'm reassured by the fact that was okay. That everyone was cool with it.
So this fella, it says here, it's careful to say, what's his name? Carl Hufkins. Carl Hufkins, the married dad of 2, so he's not a gay lord. That's what they're saying. He ain't a bender. He's all right. He's one of us. Said, I played alongside 3 gay footballers, including one who was genuinely a big name. They did not hide who they were in the dressing room. One was at Club Bruges, and the other 2 were in England. One of them would even arrive at training with his boyfriend. I won't name names as I respect their requests. And then he goes on to say, I find it strange that homosexuality is still a taboo in football. It's not up to you to play that hinting game. It's not up to you. It's up to them.
I wonder whether this is part of a bigger interview and that bit's been magnified.
No active player has come out in England since Justin Fashanu in 1990. He committed suicide. I mean, it's not up to us to say, hey, did you know that such and such was gay? It's up to them to say that. It's up to them to say it, if they want to, and if they don't want to, that's up to them.
Their teammates, as it sounds there, and everything was
that's quite.
Revealed, and I find that quite reassuring.
I'm surprised by that, and I think that's heartwarming. If he's bringing his boyfriend along, brilliant. Yeah. That's great. Well, that's progress, but that's it.
That's about them.
It's not my business. I couldn't care less. Doesn't do with me. It's a strange old world, isn't it?
Yes.
I feel sorry for Gemma Atkinson. I like Gemma. I've worked with Gemma.
Gemma who?
Gemma Atkinson.
No. Collins.
Who's Gemma? Oh no, I've worked with both the Gemmas.
Gemma Atkinson's doing all right. She's on Dancing.
Yeah, I've worked with both of them, and they're both lovely to me.
You come dancing.
I felt sorry for Gemma Collins when she fell through that hole in the floor.
I thought that I retweeted it because she'd embraced it, and I thought, oh God, yeah, I could see myself doing stuff like that. It was not in a mean way.
Oh, you did it. Oh, mate.
Oh, mate.
I just thought, I mean, there's 2 things there. One, it would have been humiliating. It's humiliating. It's humiliating. And what you've got to do is you've got to go, ah! And the other one is it would have flipping hurt because she went straight down. Straight down. If she can get a few quid out of suing the BBC, why not? Why not? It's worth looking into. Injured at work, not your fault. Call us now. We'll sort it out. Not us. We can't. Well, I'll have a go. She told The Sun, I'm in total shock. It's a miracle I am living to tell the tale. Well, I could have died or at least been disabled at the end of it. I could have been legless. Legless. I'm not being funny. I didn't even get a tenner for turning up. I didn't even know there was a hole there. Underneath the stage, there's a lot of machinery, and the Love Island people were coming up on a platform. When I actually went down into the pit, they were screaming, get her up because her legs are going to get crushed. Her legs are going to get crushed. The little girl got... I felt so sorry for Marcel because he obviously took my weight. I went straight onto him. The little girl got knocked down.
They did heave her out legs first, didn't they?
Oh, no. She said they didn't sit me down, BBC. They didn't even offer me a chair or get me water. Honestly, it's so bad they did nothing. But if that's true, that's a bit rum. That's a little bit rum. They did nothing. They just ushered me through to the next segment. Gemma has been left badly bruised. I bet she has. And her doctor has advised her that her injuries are likely to become more severe over the next couple of days. I do think I felt sorry for her. You know, it's a nasty tumble, and someone saying she just wants money. Well, do you know what? Yeah, she's probably entitled to a few quid. I wouldn't hold it against her for getting that. She's been humiliated and physically hurt in front of loads and loads. Well, it's been seen by millions of people now.
If, as she says, she wasn't briefed as to that, she didn't realise there was going to be a hole in the stage because that appeared. Apparently, it was a trapdoor.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's bad.
And also, you look at because I mean, you can't see it. There's not been particularly good angles of it, but you can't. It's a black pit on what looks like a predominantly black stage.
Yeah,
so
all those lights.
So yeah, exactly. And I feel sorry for the poor girl. I really do, really do. And that interview's funny because it's got some funny lines in there.
Oh, just because she's got a funny turn of phrase.
Yeah.
I thought how she got out of it was funny. You know, hats off to her because that is flipping embarrassing.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, I'm a real life Bridget Jones."
Yeah.
But
I will.
yeah.
But if she wasn't briefed as she claims, then. We've got Billy Bragg coming up in a minute. I think you're going to like this interview, guys. This is the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio. With Time to Change.
Across
the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Time to Change with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. Sponsored by Time to Change. Search Time to Change.
So, start of the week, I'm on the edge of my seat with Game of Thrones. By the middle of the week, I'm seeing stars with Tin Star. The next thing you know, it all kicks off with A League of Their Own. You see, with Sky TV, I can enjoy Sky Atlantic's big screen drama and 45 channels of catch-up TV, all for £20 a month. And right now, there are great broadband offers too. Search Sky Bundles. Sky. Believe in better. £20 standard.
Right,
data,
I'm getting
Sky
ready
Ticket,
to...
low cost, new
Guys?
TV contract, terms apply.
A perfect journey has no...
Who's commenting on what? Who's commenting what, where, why? I'm going to cut you off.
Tales of mystery and imagination on the radio show that does things differently.
Dolly Parton, I listen to a record all day long.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I'm a nut job, but not that kind of nut job.
On Talk Radio.
Honest to God, it's the new Breaking Bad.
Oh no!